Okay, guys, we are live here. We had some technical difficulties. We are gonna try. Hopefully, it will work this time. We do have those tornado warnings here in northwestern Iowa for Plymouth and Sioux counties, right there, just north of Lamar's, Iowa. They're in effect until 2:45 p.m. Central Time. We're gonna be here with you all afternoon now to bring you the latest here. Latest coverage. There was a confirmed tornado just north of Lamar's, Iowa. In fact, let me zoom in a little bit there to show you the area we're talking about here. So right just north of Lamar's is where we had the confirmed tornado. It was kind of in this area right here. And it's continuing to push north. This one right here, tornado warning until 2:45. This one right here, 2:45 p.m. is when that one expires as well, and that one is just north and east of Lamar's. Both of these are moving north at about 25 miles per hour, 25 to 30. These are moving north. We had a confirmed tornado a little bit earlier. I'm going to put a loop on here to show you guys that we had that tornado here. And it was right there, kind of right over Struble, Iowa. We had a confirmed tornado a little bit earlier. It was observed, and again, we've had some technical difficulties here this afternoon. That's why we were not on earlier. And so we are here now to bring you guys the latest here. And let me see here. And let's see here. All right, let me see this here. Hello?
Hey, tornado on the ground, Lamar's, Iowa, north of bomb guards, debris flying everywhere.
And you guys are seeing it right now?
No, we are not there as of yet. We are roughly probably a few minutes away. This is via scanner traffic that they are confirming a tornado has touched down with debris on the ground.
Okay, so I am not seeing my stream up. I see your guys' live feed up, but I don't see mine for some reason. Although it says on OBS, it says that it's streaming. It says I've been going for 3 minutes, but like I cannot find it on anywhere on any of our pages. So I don't know what's going on. And it shows like under the restream channels, it shows that it's on. So it shows that I got them all live. I'm not sure what the deal is. But yeah, I see your guys' live. I see your guys' feed on here.
Okay, let me see here.
I'm not sure. Yeah. So confirmed tornado, is that so? That's the one that's just east of Struble.
Thinking that's the one.
Or is that the one farther north, up by Sioux Center? Because there's one just east of Struble and northeast of Lamar's, and then there's another one over Sioux Center.
Yeah. No, I don't have confirmation. I just heard scanner traffic of that right now. I'm trying to get logged in to Restream to see what's going on real quick.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because on Facebook I see your guys' live stream, but I don't see mine. Even though it shows Facebook, it shows that it's on. So I don't know.
Could be grabbing ours. Oh shit! All right, I know what to do. I know how to fix it. Give me a minute.
Okay.
right.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
All right. I'm not sure. We're just gonna continue. I'm not. I think we're on Twitter and YouTube, and probably some other ones here. Let me look, and just to make sure. Again, we're having some technical difficulties. We're gonna try to work through these. And just to make sure. And yes, I think we're on YouTube. Okay, I'm on. All right, so we're going to continue on here. So, again, we got a couple of tornado warnings that are issued. Again, also, there is a tornado watch, which is in effect until 7 p.m. Central Time here for all of pretty much most of the state of Iowa, all of northwestern Iowa. It does include portions of southeastern South Dakota, Union County, as well as Clay County in South Dakota, which does include Vermilion, Wakanda, Elk Point, Jefferson. Those areas earlier this afternoon were in a tornado. They were in a tornado warning earlier. Sioux City area was in the tornado warning. There was also some tornado warnings down in eastern Nebraska near Norfolk and near Madison, and then also near Wayne. That was earlier, and then those pushed northeast. And this is the current situation we have right now. And northwestern Iowa. Also do want to point out, we do need to cover this as well. There is a tornado warning also now, and it's a confirmed tornado, and this is more in central Iowa. This is in between Storm Lake, Iowa, and Fort Dodge. There is a confirmed tornado in effect until 3:15 p.m. Central Time. It was just issued here a minute ago. So let's go ahead and take a look at this real quick. This is you got a little bit of a nasty hail core there, just to the east of Rockwell City, and this is moving north at about 30 to 35 miles per hour. It says about 33 miles per hour. So if you are in Manson, if you're in Pomeroy, if you're in Jolly, if you're in Palmer, Gilmore City, even Pocahontas, if you're anywhere in these areas, Rockwell City, please be taking shelter. This is a confirmed tornado just east of Rockwell City. Kind of the area. Let me go ahead here. So kind of the area that we are looking at here for that confirmed tornado here in Iowa. Kind of right in here, just east of Rockwell City, where you got the reds and the greens going against each other there. Kind of right in here, that is where we have the confirmed tornado there across Iowa there. And so let's go ahead and go back to northwest Iowa, as again, and now we have another tornado warning. So we have 2 confirmed tornadoes now in northwestern Iowa. We have 4 tornado warnings total. There's your area right here. We do have 4 tornado warnings that is now in effect across our area. There was a tornado risk. There was a 2% and a 5%, even a 10% tornado risk here across Iowa today. And Sioux Falls is in the tornado risk. There is a 2% tornado risk for the Sioux Falls area. But as of right now, the activity is all southeast of Sioux Falls right now. And let me go ahead and turn that off. So we do now have a brand new tornado. And let me go ahead and talk to AJ here. So AJ, there is a brand new tornado warning. It is a confirmed tornado warning box. It is on the storm right over Sioux Center, and it's moving northeast towards Hull and Sheldon, Iowa. So right there. So that is your confirmed tornado. It is the area.
We are just north of Lamarche. We are heading to intercept now. Probably ETA 5-10 minutes.
Okay. So there might even be 2 circulations. Hard to say which one it is, but let's just go ahead and there's 2. There might be 2 circulations here. Kind of near Hull, another one just east of Sioux Center. But kind of right in there. That's kind of the area that we're looking at here. So again, right there is a circulation there just southeast of Hull, Iowa, and then another one there just east of Sioux Center right there. So really, if you're anywhere in this tornado warning box, anywhere in this purple box, please be taking cover.
Chaser
There
1
is
office,
a
you
tornado.
are hot on Facebook now. We will take care of our own on our side.
Yep, sounds good. I've been live on X and YouTube the whole time. It just was not showing up on Facebook. Okay, so this is our main area of concern right here, northwest Iowa. That is what we are looking at here.
Confirmed tornado touchdown was in that Sioux Center area.
Yep.
Just north of the bomb guards area.
Yep, so you could hear AJ there. So again, if you're in Sioux Center, if you're in Orange City, if you're in Boyden, Hull, Matlock, Sheldon, Iowa, please be taking cover. This looks to be heading right towards Hull and Boyden at this point. So if you're anywhere around the Hull, Boyden, or anywhere in between that on Highway 18 there, if you're anywhere in those areas, please be taking cover. Again, we have that confirmed tornado. And again, this is just northeast of Sioux Center now. And it's unclear at this point if Sioux Center was hit by the tornado or not, but we'll find that out hopefully soon. Hopefully there was nothing that moved through. But I think the main area I think this is the main circulation right now, is right here just southeast of Hull, about 1 to 2 miles southeast of Hull, Iowa. Please, if you're in Hull or in between Hull and Boyden, kind of along this Highway 18 corridor right there, please be in your safe spot. Please be in your basement and taking cover here, as this is a very dangerous situation. Really, it's in a very good environment for tornadoes to form. Unfortunately, there's a lot of they're spinning like a top. These storms are really just spinning up and causing a lot of issues here this afternoon. And let me go ahead and actually let's see if we got any CC on this. Yeah, there's possibly 2 areas of suspect. Anytime you can get kind of a blue degree ball, that's kind of an indication where we might have some debris being picked up, and they're so right in there is one possible spot right there. Another spot more likely right there to the east there, southwest of Boyden, and it is moving right towards Boyden there. Also moving towards Hull. So if you're in Hull and Boyden, these areas in northwest Iowa is the utmost concern right now for us. And this is in effect now until 3 o'clock. So it's actually picking up some speed. It's moving northeast at about 28 miles per hour, to be exact. And this is a nasty supercell here. And again, it is in a very conducive environment for tornadic development. And kind of right there, that is your couplet right there with the reds going away from the radar, greens going towards the radar right there, and that is where we got the spin going on here. And let's see here. Let's make sure we got everything here. Again, AJ's out in the field. We do have storm chasers out in the field. AJ's out. Let me go ahead and do this here. But again, this is the area that we're looking at here. Very concerned here. There might be 2 circulations, maybe even 3. We're kind of looking right here, brighter greens with reds. There might be a circulation there. There's definitely a circulation right there in between Hull and Boyden, and then another one here maybe just north of Hull. That's kind of what we're looking at here. Let me see here. So that is what we are looking at there. I think the main circulation, though, is the middle one that is in between Hull and Boyden. Right there. That is our main area of concern, right there. And that is going to be moving to the north and east at about 25 to 30 miles per hour. Let me go ahead and update this here. Let's see here. All right, 3. So again, confirmed tornado in effect here. I do want to, let's see here. So this now impacts southeastern Lyon County, kind of near Matlock, Boyden, Hull areas. All these areas, please be in your safe spot. These are moving northeast. And again, confirmed tornado still here. And they have, I do want to point out, they have dropped the other warnings, the other tornado warnings. There was a tornado warning here down by Lamar's. This one has been allowed to expire. Although there probably is still a little bit of rotation right over Lamar's right now. So I guess if you're in Lamar's, still be taking shelter. There's a storm going through your area right now that could still be rotating. But right here, this is kind of the area that we are focused on here. And this is really packing a punch here. And this is a very nasty supercell here. So let's see. 1 mile north of Sioux Center, apparently a shed and roof was blown off building at Dort Farm. Lines are down. Hospital and school in lockdown. So that was an update there from one of our chasers here out in the field. And kind of giving us an update there. Again, they are out there. We do have chasers out in the field right now that are keeping a close eye on things here for us. And let me actually see if we can pop up their feed here. I also do want to mention this one down here towards Pocahontas and Manson, Iowa. It is It is no longer a confirmed tornado. It is just a radar indicated tornado in effect until 3:15 there. So did want to point that out. We're going to continue to monitor that one as well. But this is the one of greater concern as we have chasers out in the field on this storm, getting closer. They're trying to get in better position. And again, this is the area we're going to just continue to keep a very close eye on here over the next several minutes, as nothing's slowing this thing down. Let's see. Trying to pull up his feed here. You guys got a visual yet?
No, we're just coming into the tornado warned area. Give us a few more minutes here to catch up to it because of we got some traffic, so we're probably about 5 minutes.
Okay, so they're getting themselves in position. We do have a brand new tornado warning. There is a brand new tornado warning. This is now in Lyon County, Iowa, over Dune, moving north. It's just north and west of the confirmed tornado. All right, so we do have a brand new tornado warning, and it seems like it's kind of getting closer and closer to Sioux Falls, but this is not impacting the Sioux Falls area yet. This is for Dune, Iowa, and areas north and east of Dune, right there. This one is now in effect until 3 p.m. as well. So this one, I don't think that's right. Let me see here. Yep. Okay. So this one, it is in effect here for 10 minutes in effect here. So it's a quick warning. But if you're in Dune, please be taking cover now. Dune is now impacted by this. If you're in Dune, Iowa, or areas north and east, please be taking cover. As again, it looks like we just have kind of a line of different circulations here. Let me say that here to AJ. Yeah, so it looks like there's kind of a line now from Dune down to Boyden, Iowa. That's kind of like there's like probably 3 or 4 different circulations along that little line there. So yeah, we're gonna keep watching this. It's kind of just right in.
Right now, we are between Sioux Center and Marcy. We are heading north to intercept.
Okay, so that is kind of the area now that we are watching. As of right now, kind of this line right up here from just northeast of Dune, all the way kind of unzipping down the line here, all the way down to near Boyden, Iowa. That is kind of the areas of circulation that we are keeping a very close eye on at this moment. At this point, we are coming up on. We're getting close to 3 o'clock here in the afternoon. Across the area, and again we got the tornado watch that is in effect here until 7 p.m. and we have a couple of tornado warnings. We have 3 tornado warnings for our area right now. Actually now we have 4. All of them are in Iowa, from northwestern Iowa to central Iowa, near Fort Dodge to near Cedar Rapids. So this one now is. This is the newest tornado warning. I do want to mention this. This is in eastern Iowa. This is northwest of Cedar Rapids. If you are in Vinton, if you're in Brandon, if you're in Urbana, Walker, Rowley, Quisqueton areas, Independence, Winthrop, if you're anywhere in these areas, please be taking shelter in effect until 3:15, moving north at about 55 miles per hour. So it's a fast mover. Let me see if I can pull up a radar here quick for that. It's kind of in between all of the different radars, but I'll pull this up here real quick. I do want to mention this because it is in our coverage area here. Right there, that is the newest tornado warning for our area. So again, that's in eastern Iowa, moving north at about 55 miles per hour. So that is the latest tornado warning there. Do you want to show this one as well? This one is in between Storm Lake and Fort Dodge, Iowa, heading towards Palmer and Pocahontas. If you're in Pomeroy, if you're in Manson, if you're in Palmer, Pocahontas, Gilmore City, if you're anywhere in these areas in Iowa, please be taking cover, as this was a confirmed tornado. So this one does have a history of producing a tornado, but as of right now, it is just radar indicated. So that's another one we're going to keep a very close eye on. But the main area that we were watching is this area northeast of Sioux Center now. This is the main event here for our area, as it's a lot closer to our studio here. This is in northwestern Iowa. This is now in northeastern Sioux County and into southern Lyon County, Iowa here. Again, if you're in Dune, if you're in Hull, Boyden, Matlock, anywhere in these areas, please be taking cover. And you can see the Sioux Falls area is right over here. So it is much to the southeast of Sioux Falls, but it's not too far away. Probably within a half hour, 45 minutes of the Sioux Falls area. So again, it's close enough to our area that we really need to be keeping a close eye on this, but it is it's still far enough away from Sioux Falls. Sioux Falls is not threatened by this. Yeah, go ahead, AJ.
Hey, we are live on YouTube. We should be good to, if you want to pull the camera, we can pull over real quick at the gas station, and then we'll be back on the road.
Sounds good. All right, so they have their YouTube live feed. I'm going to see if I can try to pull that up here. But as of right now, we do not have any more confirmed tornadoes. There is no confirmed tornadoes at this point, but there was just a couple minutes ago. So, and again, this storm has a history of producing a tornado. And it would not shock me at all if just northwest of Boyden there, if we got another, if there is a tornado still on the ground, or something really, maybe even just a wall cloud or a funnel, something. There's more than likely there's something there just northwest of Boyden, Iowa there. But again, we've had a lot of tornado warnings today. All of them have been in Iowa and Nebraska, with the exception of one that was kind of in southeastern corner of Union County. It was kind of by Jefferson, Sioux City areas. But now the area we're looking at is much farther to the north and east. These things are kind of fast movers. They're kind of moving at about 25 to 30 miles per hour. But again, this is the area that we're going to continue to keep a very close eye on here for the next few hours. And it would not shock me at all if they extend this tornado watch out into the southern counties in Minnesota, especially if these if they keep being tornadic and keep making its way northeast. It is not going to take long before they kind of reach into Minnesota. So keep that in mind as well. As again, right here, this is the area that we're watching here in northwest Iowa, west of Sheldon, just west of Boyden, a little bit northwest of the Boyden area. We hope that Sioux Center and Hull were not impacted, but it sounds like there was some damage in some of these areas.
Center, we're back in on the road.
Sounds good. I'll pull up your feed here. All right, so we're gonna try to get AJ and his team, his storm chasing team.
Sioux Center. Should be on that south momentarily.
Okay. Copy. All right, so let's see here. Let's get. Yeah, it's basically kind of a Boeing, just kind of a. So we have multiple circulations within this supercell here, and it's not that classic looking.
Rock Rapids looks like to be the next target.
Yep. So there's probably going to be another tornado warning issued here, probably northeast of Alfred. We're kind of seeing. Might be starting to see a little bit of a hook feature there, and yeah, there it is, kind of south of Rock Rapids. Yeah, there's definitely some velocity there. Looks like it's starting to develop a little bit of a curl, a little bit of a hook east of Alfred and south of Rock Rapids. Yeah, I see that. So kind of the area, the newest area that we're going to kind of keep an eye on here is kind of right here. There's kind of a hook feature there. And that is in the tornado warning box. That is an area we're going to keep very close tabs on, as that looks to be the new spot here for tornadic development. And we're going to keep watching things here. Another area is just northwest of Boyden here. But these things are starting to pick up speed, I think. These things are not wasting any time. Let me see if I can pull up GR2 here. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see what I can do here. So right here, this is kind of a 3D picture. Yeah, there's a new tornado warning. And that was the one that we were looking at. So this is kind of a look here.
Yep, radios are just going off.
Yep.
We gotta take a quick detour. Chaser 1.
All right, so we got to reposition here a little bit. We do have a new tornado warning that we need to get to here. This is for central and north central Lyon County here in northwestern Iowa. So this now brings Rock Rapids. Rock Rapids, if you are in Rock Rapids, please be taking cover. If you're in Little Rock, Iowa, if you're in George, if you're in Dune, Boyden, Matlock, even Sibley at this point, Ashton, if you're anywhere in these areas, please be taking cover. There is a new tornado warning now in effect until 3:30 p.m. Central Time. It is a radar indicated tornado at this point, but this segment does have a history of producing tornadoes. So we've had confirmed tornadoes on this already. So let me go ahead and bring up. Let's see here. Let me go ahead and update that here quick. Let's see. Alright, so now we got line. And let's see what is let's see here. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just trying to update this here, and then we're gonna pull up AJ's feed here. Buchanan County in Iowa, and then also Benton County in Iowa. And then also Lynn County in Iowa. All right, there it is. All right, there's that. All right, so we got it updated here. Let's go ahead and bring everybody in here. So we got multiple circulations going on here within this cell. We got one just south of Rock Rapids, so if you're in Rock Rapids, please be taking cover at this point. We got another one here west of George, so if you're in George, Iowa, and then we got another one south of George. So if you're in George and Rock Rapids, that is the newest areas of concern as of right now. George, Iowa, and Rock Rapids, Iowa. That is the areas that we are most concerned about right now. Let me see if I can pull up AJ's feed here. Let's see here.
We are hearing reports of a tornado still on the ground. They have debris on the ground. 270th area is, they said, a confirmed tornado on the ground. They've had a 911 call of a confirmed tornado on the ground heading northbound on 270th.
Okay. All right, and then let's see here.
Sir, one position check.
Chaser 1.
What's your position?
Going through Sioux Center right now.
All right, so you can hear AJ. I'm trying to pull up his feed here, but they are out in the field right now. They are communicating to each other right now. They are out here in the field, and they're trying to get in position to try to show you guys this possible tornado. So let's see here. What we can get here. so it is 3:05. We still have the tornado warnings in Iowa here that we are following and monitoring very closely. Let me see here. I'm trying to pull up his feed here. Let me do that here real quick. Alright, hold on here. Trying to pull up his feed here. 1 second. Alright, again, Lyon, Pocahontas, Calhoun, Buchanan, Benton, and Lynn counties all in Iowa here. Goes out until 3:30. Those are all the counties in Iowa right now that we're focusing on.
We're approaching some sort of road closure right now. Looks like possibly where the tornado went through, maybe. We'll see what we got here.
Yeah, and there's that live feed. Let me try to get that on here.
I am live right now. We're going through something right now.
Chester 1, be advised, tornado on Rock Rapids Fall, maybe becoming rain rapid.
Yeah, 10-4. We have debris. Looks like the tree is completely across the roadway here. They are originally.
Here we go. Now I'm getting it. All right, perfect.
Right now we are looking like they're trying to get something in position to clean it up, but we're blocked.
All right, so there is AJ's live feed. That is them out in the field. They're in northwest Iowa, and they're trying to hunt down this tornado here. And here in northwestern Iowa, go ahead and see if I can. Let's see here. So we're gonna keep watching them. We're gonna keep following them and see what they're gonna be doing here. But looks like they're kind of running through some traffic, a little bit of a traffic jam. But we're gonna keep close tabs with them. So we're gonna keep a close eye on them there. But let's go back here to the radar. We need to keep everybody updated here on what's going on. I do want to point out there is a confirmed tornado now west of Fort Dodge in that same storm. It is once again, for the second time, it is a confirmed tornado. And let me go ahead and show everybody this. This is right over Palmer, Manson, Pomeroy areas. Again, the same storm is in that tornado warning. It is a confirmed tornado moving northeast at about 25. Moving north at about 25, I should say. Palmer, Gilmore City, if you're in these areas, please be in your safe spot. Please be taking cover. As again, confirmed tornado once again for that storm. Again, back here to the Sioux Falls area. Tornado watch continues for Clay and Union counties in South Dakota, and then also continues for counties in northeastern Nebraska, and then all of the counties in Iowa there, northwest Iowa. And then most of every county in Iowa, with the exception of the far northeastern and the far southwestern corners of Iowa, is all in effect in a tornado warning. Also, in between Manchester and Waterloo, there is also that tornado warning there that continues. Independence, Winthrop areas there with a tornado warning as well. But again, the main area that we're watching is this one right here, Rock Rapids, George areas. And we're going to keep a very close eye on this. Let's see here.
Is that south of 9 redeveloping? They're on the south end.
And let me see here. But again, this is the area that we're keeping a very close eye on. Keeping really close tabs on this here.
East of you guys, for Pocahontas, just went tornado confirmed.
Yep. And there is a brand new severe thunderstorm warning. And this now brings Minnesota into
it also
play.
Looks like the circulation east of Rock Rapids is also gaining intensity.
Yep. So this is a brand new severe thunderstorm warning. Do you want to bring everybody in on this? Into Minnesota, Beaver Creek, Laverne, Magnolia areas, Hills, Steen, Larchwood, Alvord, all now under a severe thunderstorm warning here until 3:45. Another 35 minutes or so. 1-inch hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds associated with that. And if it keeps cycling like it has been all afternoon, somewhere in this area might start to rotate as it's in a very tornadic environment as well. So we're going to keep very close eye on this, as this could eventually become tornadic as well. So, and again, this yellow box, yellow polygon, that's where we got this severe thunderstorm warning. And again, also here in Iowa, that is here just farther to the east, that is where the tornado warning is and continues. And so we're going to just keep following the radar here. This is the area that we're keeping a close eye on. Tornado warning. This tornado warning has been extended out until 3:30 now, so it's in effect until 3:30 p.m. Central Time. Moving north at about 25 to 30. So again,
just going past Hall, Iowa, turn off.
Again, still a radar indicated tornado. And again, AJ, so they are kind of down by Hull right now, so they are trying to keep up with the storm.
Spotters and emergency management is still reporting multiple rotations.
Yep. So that's kind of what we've been confirming on the radar. So what AJ just said there is spotters out there are confirming that there's multiple circulations in these areas. One in particular that kind of catches my eye is kind of right here. Just northeast of Rock Rapids, about a mile northeast of Rock Rapids. That's kind of an area that we're really watching very closely. Also, another one I think down here just northeast of George. That's kind of another area that we're watching. Maybe even another area over here, kind of crossing Highway 9 there.
Rock Valley turn off. Still northbound.
Yep, so this would not surprise me at all if they extend this tornado warning out, as there's multiple circulations still at this point. Also, would not shock me at all if they start to bring southwest Minnesota into this tornado watch. So there's no signs of this ending anytime soon, as it's in a pretty good environment. So let me see here. And yeah, these deepening cumulus along the dry line. So it says here that we're going to continue to just keep watching this area as the tornado threat continues. Also, the newest day 1 just kind of came out, 5% for all of northwestern Iowa. But yeah, right there I think we got 3 circulations, maybe even 4. Let me zoom in here a little bit. I think we might have. Okay, so we got 1 circulation right here, and that one is looking pretty strong. We have, I think, another one right here, and I think we got another broken one kind of right in here, and then we got another one right there. So I think we got 4. I believe we have 4 different circulations. At least that's what's showing on the velocity. Showing 4 kind of circulations, kind of couplets there. One a little bit northeast of Rock Rapids, and then there's some others that are north of George. And they're all kind of pushing northeast. So just wanted to mention that there's probably 4 different circulations right now. So number one, right up here.
Riley, what's the motion on those storms?
I think that's the first circulation. Another one maybe right there, and I think another one right there, and then another one down here. So that is kind of the area there. Braden, they're moving north at 30. And again, we don't want to ignore the rest of the region. We got a lot of strong thunderstorms across Iowa. And again, we got in between here, Waterloo and Manchester. That's that other area. Tornado warning out until 3:45 there for those areas. And then also we have the confirmed tornado. There's also a confirmed tornado over Pocahontas, Iowa. But this is the main area that we're watching right now, and I think that a tornado warning will be issued because of this right here. This circulation is really starting to intensify. Right there. That circulation north of Rock Rapids is really starting to tighten and intensify. I think they're going to extend the tornado warning. There's a pretty good circulation north of Rock Rapids there. Also another one in between George and Little Rock.
Chaser 1, I question if they're going to extend this or not.
I'm also curious if they're going to add some counties in Minnesota to the tornado watch. They might extend it out a little bit, but I'm not sure.
I'm questioning because that northern circulation is about to head out of the warned area, if they're going to extend that tornado warning or not.
Let's do a loop on this here and
According
see.
to GPS, we are just shy under 10 minutes out. Driving normal conditions.
So it doesn't look like it's lost any strength. It looks like it's still rotating. They're spinning like a top. These things. And let's go back to AJ here quick. And there's them. There they are out in the field still. They're going to try to hunt this thing down. They're moving north towards kind of Rock Rapids area. So we're going to keep a close eye on things there with them and their feed, and we're going to continue to show that here for you. But again, they're out in the field trying to catch this thing down. So we'll keep close eye on them there. But again, the latest here, this tornado warning continues for another 10 minutes. And again, Rock Rapids, George, Little Rock, all these areas in that tornado warning here. And I do want to focus back in here. So obviously there's Sioux Falls right here. Sioux Falls is right here. So your thunderstorm warning here in southwest Minnesota. This supercell is now starting to cross from Iowa into Minnesota. And there's that tornado warning that continues for another 10 minutes there for Lyon County in Iowa. So I do want to continue showing the radar here. And I think southwest Minnesota is going to be the next area of concern here with this supercell here. As this thing moving north at about 30 to 35. So it's kind of picking up some steam a little bit. Let me see here. I'm curious as what the it's looking like in Southwest Minnesota.
They are delaying releasing school also in our neck of the woods that we are currently at. Looks like the Rock Rapids area, they're going to delay the school release just a little bit.
So, we got Worthington right now with a dew point of 56, 59 for a high. I had Pipestone. Let's see here. Yeah, so, we're kind of at a point where we're not sure what's going to happen at this point with these storms, as they're kind of moving into a little bit calmer environment here in Minnesota.
Yeah,
but
just got bigger there north or south of Laverne.
Yeah, I think this might be the next area right here. It is now in Minnesota. That is right there. It is now in Minnesota right there. I think that's the probably the strongest circulation that we have right now at 320. And then also down here in northwest Iowa, kind of in between Ellsworth and Little Rock, kind of right in here. Anywhere within this line is kind of what we're looking at too, and that is why the tornado warning continues for another 8 minutes. And we're gonna keep a very close eye on things here. We're gonna stay with you guys all afternoon. And again, there is the area that we're looking at. And transition there. There is AJ's feed there. So he's out in the field, and if you want to go watch his live stream, he is live on Facebook, and they have their stream up. And again, they're live on Facebook right now, so go ahead and check his stream out if you want, just to provide an extra set of eyes there out in the field. And that's his live feed. We're going back to the live radar here. There it is. Tornado warning continues until 3:30. And again, these are moving north at about 30. And they are now entering southwest Minnesota. And these are just east of Sioux Falls. So Sioux Falls is not impacted by this. But we're going to just keep watching things here for everyone. It'll be interesting to see what they decide to do with the tornado watch. And also curious if more cells will fire up kind of along these areas, which could be a possibility. But we also have more tornado warnings in eastern Iowa as well that we're going to keep an eye on. But yeah, kind of right, and here is another area. Okay, the confirmed tornado until 4 o'clock. So this is now out until 4 p.m. For Mallard, West Bend, Rolfe, Pocahontas, Gilmore City areas. There until 4. Moving north at about 35 there with that confirmed tornado. And then, but yeah, this is the area that we're most focused on here. And we're just gonna keep the radar here on, and we're just gonna keep watching things. As AJ's going to try to position a little bit closer. And again, we had a lot of tornado warnings earlier this afternoon, and we were kind of trying to get on as soon as we could. And we were here all afternoon, the rest of the afternoon here, to keep everyone updated on the latest. But again, this is the area that we were watching currently. And yeah, I think that we still got that circulation there just east of Steen. Minnesota. Kind of right there. That is the latest circulation that we're going to keep a very close eye on right there, just east of Steen, Minnesota. And it's shooting up north, moving north at about 30, 35. So that would not shock us at all if that went tornado warned. And then another area, we might even have multiple circulations still at this point. Kind of one right there, another one down here, and maybe a third one here down there. So that is the area that we're looking at right now. Again, with these circulations kind of zipping down the line there. So
I'm still going to blast through the Rock Rapids area here, move and intercept that cell still north of that's moving to the Laverne area. If something's going to drop, that's going to drop within that system.
yeah, and
That's moving into Laverne.
and that area he's talking about is right there, south of, in between Rock Rapids and Laverne, right here.
I do see some development a little further down south, back by that Sioux City area.
So he does. Okay, so that might be another area we're gonna keep an eye on.
Say that.
So there might be some newer development possibly. Yeah, it looks like things might be starting to develop. We'll keep an eye on that and see. But I think this is still rotating and spinning. Kind of there, just south of Laverne. Again, the tornado warning continues.
The network isn't working, by the way.
Yeah, it's because I didn't turn it on.
But yeah, it would not shock me at all if that little line segment continues to spin and become tornadic there. As we're reaching 3:30, this tornado warning box you see here is going to be expiring. So if you're in anywhere in these areas at this point, you are in the clear now. If you're in Rock Rapids, if you're in George, if you're in Little Rock, if you're anywhere in these areas, you are now in the clear as the storm has pushed out of the tornado warning box at this time. Looks like AJ is going through a town right now as they're trying to intercept this. He is going through a town right now. Again, tornado warning continues for Palo Alto and Pocahontas counties in Iowa until 4 p.m.
AJ, just to let you know, there's some clearing going on down here, so we'll get some daylight heating in. Maybe some storms will feed off this energy down here.
Yeah, and that was kind of what I was thinking too. Northwest Iowa really hasn't. There is still.
What I'm seeing too, and cells that are down by the Sioux City area, they regrew and straight produce another line.
Kind of this whole
Especially
area.
With another 4 hours left to go of that tornado watch.
Yeah, and that's the area that they're watching right here. And yeah, the area that they're watching is Spencer, Sanborn, Sibley, down to Storm Lake, Sac City, Ida Grove, Sioux City areas. They're kind of that whole northwestern Iowa region. There is clearing, and there's definitely a lot of energy still for storms to fire up. And so yeah, I don't think we're done with this event. But that's kind of the area. Basically, this whole northwestern Iowa area still has a lot of energy to work with, basically, is what they...
So most likely, should we turn around and go back down to that neck of the woods?
Kind of this whole northwestern Iowa region, there is a lot of... There's open space here for storms to fire up here this afternoon yet, so I don't think we're done here with the severe weather event here.
Probably by the time you get there.
But kind of this whole northwestern Iowa region is still, I think, under the gun. And even though there is some showers hanging around, kind of in Nebraska. Let me see. Let's look at Nebraska and see if there's any new development. There's also a couple of cells
Yeah,
down
that's
by
just what I
Norfolk.
was thinking was just head straight down 75, and we would almost run directly into one.
There's also some new cells developing down by Norfolk. So let's go back to the Sioux Falls area. There's a look there. They have dropped the tornado warning for now.
This is all pushing in the north-northeast direction too. So I think I would say probably Braden would be correct if we go down possibly to the Elk Point area and station back
So
down there.
right here, that tornado warning was in effect, and that tornado warning has
We are
expired.
starting to get some clearing already.
This severe thunderstorm warning continues for Rock County, Minnesota, until, let's see, when does that expire? That one expires at 3:45, so another 15 minutes or so.
Since we've been in the clinic, probably a good 15
But that one is kind of moving into an environment now where it's not going to be as conducive for tornadic development. But I do want to point this out, guys. The Laverne severe thunderstorm warning box is saying tornado possible on it now. So I don't know if you guys want to stick with that one or not, but it is moving into, kind of a more less favored environment, but it is saying tornado possible on that storm still near Laverne. There's also a confirmed tornado down in Pocahontas, Iowa, too.
I don't think you would ever catch that Pocahontas cell. So I'd just say book it south.
But let's focus in here. I do want to mention this. So there's the Sioux Falls area, just east of Sioux Falls. Again, tornado possible. We're going to keep a very close eye on this. We're not going anywhere. We're going to stay on here. Even though they dropped the tornado warning for northwestern Iowa, we're going to keep an eye on things here. And we're going to keep listening in on AJ's conversation there with Braden. And they're out in the field. They're out chasing. They are probably going to reposition and try to...
Those cells east of Norfolk, those are pushing east, and then when they get swept up by the low, they'll push to the northeast.
So what's the plan here? What do you think?
Yep, so they're talking about the plan right now.
I see that point station there. By the time you get there, it'll be almost 4:30. And if something hasn't done anything by 5:15, reevaluate then and see what happens. The tornado watch is until 7, so.
Yep, so what it sounds like is new development is possible. There might be an MD that comes out as well.
I believe when they get more east of Norfolk, they'll start pushing northeast, because they're just pushing east-northeast right now. They're heading more east than north, so.
So this severe thunderstorm warning continues until 3:45, moving north at about 35. Let me go ahead and do a storm track on this for our Southwest Minnesota viewers here. I will do a track here for everyone. All right. All right. So there is a storm track. So Jasper at about 4:17, Adrian at about 3:43, Kenneth at about 4:08, Hardwick at about 4:11, 414 for Lismore, and about, again, 417 for Jasper. These are moving north, so that is your storm track there. With this line, I don't think this line is done yet. I think this has potential to produce some stuff yet this afternoon, and I think more development is possible for the tornado watch areas. And because that tornado watch is still in effect until 7 p.m. But they're trying to, our team is trying to figure out what the next move is, what the next plan is. Let's see here. But we're just going to continue to stay live here with everyone, to keep everybody updated on what's going on. I do want to bring up the latest SPC risk while we have a minute in here. Let me see here what we got. Latest, and again, we do have a lot of other tornado warnings. We're going to get to that here. SPC, let me go ahead and do this. Let me turn off the radar here just for a second. So let's see here. So right there, that is your tornado risk area. Let's see here. 5% here in northwestern Iowa. That's where we got the tornado watch. And then we got the 10%, which is over here in central and eastern Iowa, where the more intense situation is. But this whole area this afternoon, we're going to continue to watch because I don't think it's done. There's still some possible severe weather this afternoon in some of these areas. Things have died down a little bit. So we got Nick here in the studio now. Things have calmed down here a little bit. Looks like AJ just ended his live stream. He was live and they were out in the field and stuff. But it looks like now they're kind of going to reposition and try to just hang out and just figure out what the next move is. But things have kind of calmed down.
Confirmed tornado?
Yep. So
Dodge?
Yep. So down southeast of Spencer, down by Pocahontas, there's still that confirmed tornado, and we need to get to that here, and that's gonna be our next. This is our main focus now, is this confirmed tornado that is northeast of Pocahontas, kind of right over Rolfe and Plover, moving north at about 30 miles per hour. Still an observed tornado for another 20 minutes. So this is the main situation now for our area. We had a lot of tornado warnings earlier. There was tornado warnings this morning, even down by Pilger, Nebraska. Just kind of give everybody a summary of some things that have happened. So earlier this morning at about 8:30, 9 o'clock, we had a tornado warning down by Pilger. And then there was also some tornado warnings down south of Norfolk, down by Madison. And then there was another one kind of by Wayne. And then the main situation unfolded kind of down here by Elk Point, Jefferson, Sioux City area. There was a tornado warning earlier. And then there was also a confirmed tornado warning down by Lamar's, Iowa. There was a confirmed tornado. And then there was a confirmed tornado near Sioux Center. And then that kind of pushed north. And then there was more tornado warnings across Plymouth, Sioux, Lyon counties in Iowa. And now that has moved north into Rock County, Minnesota. And the latest there, I think they're still spinning, but it's not what it was. And it's also moving into a more unfavorable environment for tornadoes. Is not under a tornado watch, not really under much of a tornado risk. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with this. But we still got to keep a very close eye on this segment from Beaver Creek through Laverne, Adrian, as that line has had a history of producing tornadoes.
Looks like the rotation's dying down on that.
And latest circulation, our team is no longer following this segment, but we're still going to keep an eye on things. Looks like right over Laverne, possible circulation, as well as just northeast of Magnolia, and then also south of Adrian. Looks like there could be a few areas of circulation, but it's not what it was before. And let's go ahead and go down back to the Pocahontas area, as we still have that confirmed tornado there for another 20 minutes. Moving north about 25. Let me go ahead. We need to update that. Let's see here. Need to update the bottom of the screen here for you guys. No longer includes Lyon County in Iowa, which is good there. Let's see. So let's see the counties. Let me pull this up here. There also is more. There's another tornado warning for Missouri and into the far southeastern corner of Iowa. Let's see here. Let me see. But that one. But yeah, so we got our chaser. We got Braden and AJ in 2 separate vehicles down kind of in northwest Iowa right now, trying to evaluate and figure out what's going to happen and what they're going to do.
Radar indicated.
But yeah, we got Nick here in studio now to help us with coverage this afternoon. So thank you, Nick, for coming in here today to help us out. And we're just going to continue to watch things here in Iowa for the time being until something else happens. But again, we got that confirmed tornado, and there also is, I do want to mention too, kind of near Des Moines, there is some new cells popping up. One north, just east of Webster City, another one over Ames, and so that probably will need to be monitored, as those will probably develop into supercells more than likely. And then also, we do have another one here, southeastern corner of Iowa near Mount Sterling and Keosauqua and Bonaparte and Farmington areas right there. We do have a tornado warning there in effect until 4:30. That is for, let's see, Van Buren County in Iowa here. Let's see. Update that there. Van Buren, and then also, let's see, we have another one just northeast of Cedar Rapids that we need to show. We actually have 3 tornado warnings north and east of Cedar Rapids right now.
Chaser 1, come in.
So this one, if you are in Anamosa, Monticello, Hopkinton, Delhi, Worthington areas in Iowa there, northeast of Cedar Rapids, if you're anywhere in those areas, please be taking cover, as there is a tornado warning there. Moving farther to the north, northwest of Manchester, Iowa, if you're in Dundee, if you're in Lamont, if you're in Aurora, Edgewood, anywhere in those areas, please be taking shelter, as there is a tornado warning there. And then also farther to the north, another tornado warning in effect until 3:45. These are moving. These are very fast movers. They are moving north at 65 miles per hour. Randalia, Fayette, Maynard, Arlington, Wadena, Vogel, Strawberry Point, anywhere in these areas, please be taking cover. And actually, they just dropped those tornado warnings. It'll be interesting to see what they do with those. But they did drop those tornado warnings at 3:45. So we'll see if those get extended or not. But good news there, all of those have expired. So as of right now, for our coverage area, we just have the 2 tornado warnings in Iowa. We got the confirmed one that continues just in between Spencer and Fort Dodge. Let's see. And then we got another one down here in the far southeastern corner of our coverage area, southeast of Ottawa, and affecting, again, Keosauqua, Mount Sterling, Bonaparte, Farmington, Cantrell areas there until, let's see, that one's in effect until 4:30. So let me go ahead and update this. Again, the tornado watch continues until 7 p.m. for these areas, northeastern Nebraska, Clay and Union counties in South Dakota, and then all of northwestern Iowa, and really most of Iowa with the exception of the far southwestern and northeastern corners of Iowa is where we still have these tornado watch. That's in effect here for another over 3 hours to go here on that. So we're going to be here with you guys to bring the latest. But right now, our main concern is this one northwest of Fort Dodge with the confirmed tornado label on it still. It's a small cell, but it is a supercell that is still apparently is on the ground. And yeah, and it's also in a spot too where it's so far away from all of the other radars, and it's just hard to depict exactly what is going on in that storm. But that is kind of the area we're watching right here. That is just northeast of Pocahontas there. That is kind of the circulation. Again, it's kind of hard to see because it's so far away from the radars, but that is our most concerned area there. And let me update the bottom screen here for everyone. See that here. Nick, do you have anything to add at this point, based on anything you've been seeing?
No. It's a severe thunderstorm warning north of Memphis in Iowa by like Mount Sterling, Kioska, Farmington. Looks kind of nasty, but not tornado. Just make sure to watch out for that. A lot of wind.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think you nailed it.
Okay. All right. So Palo, Alto County in Iowa in that tornado warning still. Let's see here till 4 o'clock. And let's see here. Yeah. Then also and then we also got Pocahontas County as well. Now in this. And then we got southwestern corner of, Kossuth County. Kossuth. And there is a new tornado warning on that. And I know it's kind of an unfortunate situation because our team is so far away from that storm, but that really is the perfect storm to chase. It's all by itself. It's a supercell, and it's had a confirmed tornado on it for quite some time now.
Yeah, it's been spawning them for over an hour.
Yep. So that is
Kind of see the hook on there.
unfortunate for our team there, for AJ and Braden. I know they're probably not going to be happy about that, but the good news is this tornado warning, the newest tornado warning, is now radar indicated, so it is no longer confirmed. But it is in effect now until 4:30, moving north at about 25, and I'll get to that here in just a second here. Let's see here. Let me just. We got Kossuth, and what is the fourth one here? Looks like we got Sioux, and that coming is Humboldt County.
Humboldt, Pocahontas, Palo Alto.
And then we got, let's see here. Okay. All right. Right. Just trying to get this updated here on the bottom for everyone.
I can do that, Riley, if you want to.
Yeah, and then, yeah, I think I got it now, so, and then also that, what is that corner, what county is that in Iowa? Van Buren, yeah, Van Buren, okay.
Van Buren.
Van Buren, yep. Okay. is in effect until 4:30 as well. So we got it updated for you here. Again, all radar indicated tornadoes at this point. So that's the good news there. Is nothing is on the ground at this point. It is all, at least according to the National Weather Service, where they issue the warnings. Now, just because it says radar indicated doesn't mean that it is not on the ground. It is still possible that there is a tornado on the ground, but more than likely radar indicated. That means that we cannot say that it is on the ground. And yeah, it does look like that broken line segment is starting to fade away. It's starting to really lose its strength. Let me put a loop on that. And as you can see, it really has lost its punch. And it is kind of it's moving into a environment where it's not conducive for tornadic spin-ups. And so let me see here. I don't think they're live anymore either. AJ's team. I don't think they're live anymore. But so we're gonna stick with everyone here. Let me stop the loop here. And here's the latest on that. And again, it's unfortunate it's far away from the radar, but we're gonna stick with it here. I do think that this is going to be going on for quite some time. There is nothing stopping this. This is in a pretty good environment. It is southeast of Emmitsburg. It's not too far away from Spencer, Iowa, and Sioux Rapids. It's just northeast of Pocahontas here. So the latest tornado warning box, here it is. Let's see here. Until 4:30, moving north at 25, radar indicated tornado, also maybe some small hail associated with that as well. And again, if you are in Rodman, if you are in Whittemore, Cylinder, if you're in Emmitsburg, West Bend, if you're anywhere in Plover, anywhere in those areas, please be in your safe spot. Please be taking cover right now. On the area that we're going to be looking at here on this cell is kind of right there. We're kind of looking for a little bit of a hook feature there, and it is far away from the radar, so it's hard to see what's going on exactly, but it does look like there is kind of a hook feature with it. So that is something we're going to keep an eye on here until 4:30. So another 35 minutes there on that one. And again, we're going to keep close tabs on our chasers that are out in the field in northwest Iowa. They're going to try to reposition down by Elk Point and Sioux City, kind of down there, and see what they're going to do the rest of this afternoon. And let's see.
What's a wind damage?
Yeah.
Looks like on those storms by Iowa City and the Quad Cities.
Yeah, it looks like eastern Iowa. There's a lot of just straight line winds, looks like, on this as well. Also, it does say tornado possible on these warning boxes as well. Those are moving northeast at about 45 to 50 miles per hour. So if you were along any of these areas, and all these yellow boxes is where we got these really strong winds of 60 miles an hour with tornado spin-ups possible all within these lines. Looks like we got two separate line segments. The more intense one is in southeastern Iowa with even a tornado warning right there. Maybe some pretty strong hail maybe as well. And there it is. And then also, again, watching this central and northwest Iowa area, there is clearing. In fact, I want to go ahead and bring up a satellite image. I'm curious to see what it looks like in this area where Braden was saying that there was some clearing across. Yep, and there it is. There is. Absolutely. So that is definitely going to be something very interesting we're going to have to keep a close eye on. This could be a two-part event. There could be some more storms developing here within the next hour, as there is definitely clearing in northwest Iowa as well as central and southern Iowa. So that is definitely an interesting setup, as you can even see where the low pressure is too. The low pressure is spinning in eastern Nebraska, and so I don't think we're done with this event. I think there's still I think there's still some things that might happen the rest of this afternoon. Let me go ahead and show everybody this here. Let's see. All right, so let me go ahead and pull up this satellite for everyone here.
Message discussion agrees with you.
Yeah, we're going to get to that too in just a second. I do want to get to that. But let me pull up the satellite here for everybody. Let me see. Let me try to zoom in a little bit. I'm going to see if I can zoom in.
Control plus.
Yeah, that's yeah, there we go. All right, so let me do this. Yeah, so this is a satellite image here. Okay, I guess it's not gonna be. But as you can see, we do have clearing across really just east of Sioux Falls into all of northwestern Iowa, as well as west central Iowa and southern Iowa. We do have that clearing there. And I'm trying to see if I can pull up. But basically, like right here is where we got that spinning low. It's in eastern Nebraska. And right in there, you can really see that is where that low pressure is. And that's just going to continue to spin as it moves east. And I think that could develop some new storms. And in fact, so let's go ahead and pull that up. Let's pull up the MD from the Storm Prediction Center. I do want to show that. I do want to mention they have canceled the tornado watch for all of the South Dakota counties. So Clay and Union counties in South Dakota, they have dropped the tornado watch. And they also canceled the tornado watch for most of the Nebraska counties, with the exception of, looks like, Burt. Burt County, Nebraska is the only county that's in the tornado watch still. And I do want to bring up that MD here live. And there it is. This was just about 20 minutes ago. Tornado threat to northern Iowa, remaining favorable environment. So what they're saying is there is a favorable air mass still across north central Iowa. Additional, yep, so there it is. So what they're saying is, right there is trends still show that with the satellite that we just looked at. So it does show additional storms developing southeast of the storm, which may also pose a tornado threat this afternoon and into the early evening as they move north. So that's kind of what we were saying too, is I don't think we're done. I do want to convey this to the team out, our chasers out in the field. AJ and Braden, you got a copy? We're going to try to talk to them here. Chaser 1, you got a copy? Not sure if they can hear us or not. We do want to continue to talk about this, though, this tornado warning that is still in effect. Let me go ahead and transition that here. And there it is. The tornado warning continues. And it's, again, if you're in Rodman, Cylinder, Whittemore, West Bend, any of those areas, please be in your safe spot. Please be taking cover and shelter as this is moving north at about 25 miles per hour. Anyone got a copy?
Chaser 1 here. Copy.
So the SPC just put out an MD. I'm sure you guys saw it already, but they're basically saying what we were thinking, that additional storms are going to develop this afternoon into the early evening hours. And it says visible satellite and radar trends show additional storms developing southeast of those storms. May pose a tornado threat this afternoon into the early evening, and that's for our area, basically northwest Iowa. So I think you guys are right to kind of hang tight, because I think more storms are going to fire up, and that's what SPC is thinking as well.
Well, the SPC or the MCD that Braden sent us said that things are basically weakening as well. So I don't know exactly what we're looking at here.
That MD is talking about southeast of the Pocahontas cell. So if we wanted to chase those cells, you would have to book it down towards Holstein or Cherokee or something like that. If you see development, I'd give it a half an hour. If you see development, book it towards there. But any development towards the tri-point between Nebraska, Iowa, South Dakota, I think is dead.
They also dropped the tornado watch for the South Dakota counties as well as most of northeastern Nebraska. Let's look at the Omaha radar and see if any new development.
AJ, if those do fire off, I think Cherokee is your next target.
Yeah, they're talking about these down by Sioux City here. These could.
That gives you a direct easterly paved road to target cells in the development area.
Yeah. Oh, we got a new tornado warning. Guys, we got a new tornado warning over Worthington, Minnesota. All right, so that is why we are still on with you guys here. That line that you guys were chasing earlier has recycled, and now there's a tornado warning for just north of Worthington. Nobles County, Minnesota. All right, so let's reposition here. We do have a tornado warning that is now in effect.
Yeah, we're way out of position for that one. Worthington's a good haul from here.
Yeah. All right,
That
so
warning's only good till 4:50.
let's go here. All right, so we do have a tornado warning, brand new tornado warning that is in effect just north of Worthington here. This red polygon box here till 4:15. So it's going to be a quick mover. It's going to be a quick warning, but we're gonna do a deep dive here into this and see if we can see anything on the velocity. But right now it's a radar indicated tornado warning, and again it's in effect here until 4:15. So this is the newest area of concern. We have Nick here with us that's going to be behind the scenes and try to figure out if he can see anything else. But right there, just north of Worthington, Minnesota, in Nobles County, is where we have a brand new tornado warning. We're going to get that bottom of the screen updated for everybody as well. But let's go ahead and dive into this. This is just east of Wilmont, just north of Worthington. Sioux Falls area is back over here. This is not in the tornado watch box, but this is a new area. This is kind of recycled. This is based off of that line that this line actually goes all the way back down to Nebraska, and it went through the Sioux City area and then pushed through these northwestern Iowa counties, and now is still impacting our area. This is now in Minnesota. So I do want to look at the velocity here and see if we can see anything. Yeah, it looks like there's some little spin-ups within this line, kind of right here. Basically anywhere along that line right there.
AJ, you sell
Just
about
north.
heading over Holstein, I think.
basically just north of Worthington right there. That is
It just sparked up
what we're looking
within
at
the last
here.
10 minutes.
Nick, you got anything else at this point to add?
I am chilling.
Okay.
You got it.
All right. So we're just gonna keep looking at the radar here. These things are spinning kind of along this line, basically in between Wilmot and Brewster, Minnesota there, and just north of Worthington. And there's probably some small hail associated with this too.
Highway 20.
There's the storm motion moving north at about 25 to 30. So our counties here in southwest Minnesota. This is again for Nobles County, Minnesota. This is in effect again until 4:15.
To your southeast.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens from there. Also do want to mention again down here southeastern Iowa, we got that tornado warning that continues there until 4:30, moving northeast at about 45, southwest of the Burlington, Iowa area.
Yeah, new tornado warning.
And we do have a new tornado
Looks
warning.
like that one is going to be
So this,
south of 90, south of the Worthington area there.
yep. So we do have a brand new tornado warning. Let's bring this in. This is in northwestern Iowa. This is in the tornado warning box, and this is now in effect until 4:30. So this was just issued here a second ago, and this is moving north at about 30 to 35. And we'll get. Let's see here. This one is still along that line. So this line has recycled itself, and we have 3 tornado warnings all in a row there, all east of Sioux Falls. Looking at the radar picture here, there it is, Sioux Falls right back here. This is all east of Sioux Falls. There's one right there just north of Worthington, another one there just north of Spencer, Iowa, and then the other one that we would be following down here northeast of Pocahontas. So that area right here is the latest area that we're keeping very close tabs on. And there you go. There is the new tornado warnings that have popped up. So this one right here, if you are in Lake Park, if you're in Spirit Lake, Lake Okoboji, if you're in Arnold's Park, if you're in Milford, Foster, if you're anywhere in those areas, please be taking cover, as there is now a tornado warning in effect for northwestern Iowa. This is for Dickinson County here in northwestern Iowa, as well as parts of northern Clay County, Iowa. And then also, again, Nobles County, that one continues. Let me go ahead and look at the velocity here and see if anything is in there. And we're not seeing a whole lot there. Maybe a circulation around Lake Park, maybe another one just west of Milford. But not super impressive. Let's see. Let's get another look at the velocity. Yeah, I mean, I think there's a circulation right around Lake Park. That's probably one right there. Probably another one west of Milford, and another one. So maybe there's probably 2 or maybe 3 circulations there within that tornado warning box, but they're all kind of along this line. Also, this one right here. Still following the one in Minnesota. There's probably a couple different, so maybe a few different circulations there.
An hour and a half away from next target area. I don't see a good chance of any direct convective development over down there. Just ran through the soundings and models, and everything's capped. So, your call. You want to head east towards that line, because it's only moving 25 to 30. Go right ahead.
Yeah,
that's
so they're trying to
something-
figure out. Our
that's
chasers
something
are
we
out
can
in the field. We do have our chasers, AJ and Braden, out in the field. They're trying to figure out what their next moves are, what they're going
I
to try to
think
do.
what I'm going to end up doing is heading to that Sibley, Iowa area where that cell that is south of Sibley starting to form a little pop-up system. Something that I've watched the last couple sweeps on radar.
Let's see. Yep, so if you, the good news is there's no cities or towns that are in this Minnesota tornado warning box, which is good. It's all kind of around, it's east of Wilmot, southwest of Dundee, west of Brewster. There's no cities or towns impacted by this, which is good news. This is mainly rural.
That Sibley area is only about a 15-minute drive, so we'll see what it does here in the next 15 minutes as we make our way that way. We got very nice cloud structures with this as well as we're starting to make our way that way.
Yep. Are you guys still live? You guys still doing a live feed?
No, I'm off.
Okay.
See that rotation.
There also might be a little bit of a hook
I'll be
starting to
watching
form.
models and watching radar for you. I'll let you know if I see anything.
Just southwest of Milford there. There might be another area. Might be a little bit of a
I
hook.
need to go live for you, Riley.
There might be a little bit of a hook, maybe a little bit of a hook feature, maybe just southwest of Milford. We're gonna keep a close eye on that. Kind of right there. Maybe a little bit of a hook forming there, just southwest of Milford. That might be the main area of that tornado warning. But yeah, this line has definitely started to reorganize, and I think what might be more likely down by Spencer, I think there might be some new development that might zip down the line. So I don't know. I'd say probably to see a tornado, probably the east way would probably be the best. It looks like that stuff down by Lamar's is not really doing anything. It's just some showers. Maybe some development in Nebraska yet, but that looks pretty base too. There might be some new cells that pop up though in northwest Iowa yet, but. So there you go. This is the area we're watching. We got the three tornado warnings here.
Chaser 1, Weather Center 1.
Yep.
Hey, do you need me live or are you not going to utilize anything?
You could go live if you want.
I think people would like to see what's going on.
I think it'd be cool if people saw the cloud structure.
Hate to be a pain, but can you turn your spotter network on or no?
Again, this one in effect until 4:15 for another minute. So we're gonna see what happens with this tornado warning. I'm very curious to see what will happen with this one.
Weather Center 1.
As it's not looking too impressive. Go ahead.
What do you got for damage?
Not a whole lot. So it does look like that tornado warning in Minnesota has been allowed to expire. So let's shift back into Iowa here. Near Lake Park, down to Milford. This is kind of the area that we're watching now. This is the main focus. Near Lake Park and then down towards Milford. And we're going to keep a very close eye on things here with this. Let's see. Look at there's
two new tornado warnings down by Quad
all right.
Cities.
So yeah, there's near the Quad Cities area. There is another tornado warning there. Just kind of going through some of our different products here. Let's see here. But yeah, yes, there is quite a lot here. There was, so it looks like there was a confirmed tornado. I'm gonna actually go on. I'm gonna go on X here and see if we can find anything, any pictures or videos of any of these confirmed tornadoes, because it looks like there is videos now coming out of these tornadoes. Let me see if we can find that here. And let me see if I can pull this up here. Let's see here. All right, let me see if I can get some videos here. Wow. Yep. All right. So we're going to start to show some video here of this. Because we do have some videos now coming out of this tornado. All right. Let me see this here. Go back to reflectivity. It looks like there might be something to maybe southeast of Brewster. Yeah, there's definitely something there. That would not shock me at all if that goes tornado warned at some point. It looks like there's maybe a little bit of a hook feature there, just southeast of Brewster. All right, let me see
You have
here.
starting to see some of that development down there by Paulina.
Paulina. Yeah. All right, so let's see here. I'm going to pull this up here for everyone. All right, let's see here. All right. Actually, hold on here. Let's see what we got here. All right. Let's go here. I'm going to pull this up for everybody. These are... There it is. There we go. All right, let me transition here. There it is, and there you go. There is a tornado. So there's some video there of that little bit of a small tornado there. That was in Iowa here a little earlier. So that one in particular, let me see here.
New tornado warning by Cedar Rapids.
Okay. Let me, okay, yep, down there by Cedar Rapids, yep. So I just looked there at those. Yep, okay, so let's see. That one was near Pocahontas, in Pocahontas County. Let's see. And here was some other pictures. So there's another picture there of a tornado. Let's see, that was near Nebraska earlier today. There's another one right there. So some smaller tornadoes. That was earlier. And then let's see here. Let me pull up some more here for everybody. This kind of shows everybody. Oh, here we go. This was a good one in Iowa. Pull this up here so everybody kind of can see this. I think it's important to show people that there has been actual tornadoes here today. So here's another one. It's a pretty scary looking tornado right there. So there's a look there at one of the tornadoes today. Right there, going through a town, it looks like. So that was, there was a video there. Go ahead and thank you to everyone posting that on X there. And then let's see what else. This was the one near Manson. Let me see if I can pull that up here. So there's another picture of that tornado. Kind of a rope tornado there with some windmills. That's a pretty good looking picture there. Let's see what else. I mean, there's a lot of these.
6 tornado warnings right now.
Yeah. Let's see, latest. There we go. Let's see what else we got here. Just trying to see if there's any other ones here. Apparently there was also a tornado in Ukraine today. And there's video of it. Interesting. See if anything else here. So here is north central Iowa. Whoa, this is some crazy video. We gotta show this for our viewers here. This was some video in Iowa just a little while ago. This is some crazy tornado footage here from earlier. Wow. Look at that rope. That is amazing video here in Iowa today. I believe that is the storm that was west of Algona now. That was west of Fort Dodge earlier today. I believe that that's the one. But that is incredible.
Weather Center
Video.
1, Chaser 1. Correction. Chaser 1 to Weather Center 1 into Braden.
Copy.
Copy.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing south of Canton?
Repeat.
Yes, I am in Fairview.
Yeah,
Fairview. South of Benwood.
yeah, there's a few cells starting to pop up. Yep, I see that. Kind of Fairview, Hudson, Beresford area. Yep.
I think we should flip around, target those, and then that way we're closer to home, so then we can head home if we have to. Or what, you know what I mean.
That is some incredible video there in Iowa.
Want to talk about that big severe thunderstorm warning in Cedar Rapids?
Yeah, let's go
Western
ahead.
Iowa.
Yeah, let's go ahead and go back to the radar here and talk about Iowa here.
Right back.
Yep. So let me get off the video here. So that is just look at some video from some people here that are out chasing today and providing some amazing footage to people out there to see.
We're headed that way.
So we do have some new cells that have started to pop up here within the last few minutes down near Fairview and Hudson area, and we're gonna see what happens. But what our chasers are thinking that maybe something might start to pop up up there, and maybe towards Sioux Falls or something. But going back to our area here, this tornado warning continues obviously until 4:30, another few minutes. It is radar indicated, still with the possibility of dropping a tornado, even if it's radar indicated. But that area there, we're going to continue to keep a close eye on, continue to watch. There for just west of Arnold's Park there, it looks like, and then maybe east of Lake Park there, looks like maybe an area there. Also, we're still following that tornado that is just east of Emmetsburg, Iowa there. That one is in effect as well until 4:30, so it'll be interesting to see what they decide to do with those warnings, if they go ahead and cancel them or leave them or extend them. Also here in eastern Iowa, we do need to mention this if you are in Mount Pleasant, Salem, Bonaparte, Mount Sterling, Farmington, Houghton, if you're in New London, Hillsboro, anywhere in these areas in southeastern Iowa, please be taking cover until 5 p.m. We do have tornado warnings out there.
Yeah, those cells are rapidly growing.
And then also farther to the north, near Mount Vernon, near Solon, those areas in Iowa, eastern Iowa as well, tornado warning until 4:45, moving east at about 45, radar indicated rotation there. So a lot of severe weather today, quite the outbreak, if you will, across Iowa today, and continues. So for the next, it's going to continue for the next few hours. So we're going to be here keeping a close eye on things, and it'll be interesting to see what happens in the next few minutes with these tornado warnings in particular. See what happens if these get extended or not. But we're coming up on 4:30 here in the afternoon. Again, if you're just joining us, first of all, I just want to say thank you for tuning in this afternoon for coverage here, as we've been live here for quite a while now, to bring you guys the latest information to everyone. And just want to say a big thank you to everyone that is tuned in this afternoon. And we're going to continue to stay live here with everyone to give everyone the latest on the weather. So, again, tornado warning in effect for another couple minutes here, moving north at about 30 to 35 miles per hour. Again, continue to remain in your shelter if in your safe spot. If you're in Lake Park, Spirit Lake, Lake Okoboji, Arnold's Park, Milford, anywhere in these areas, there's the tornado warning that continues. And we're just going to continue to watch things. And let's see, again, that other one still continuing near Cylinder, Rodman areas in Iowa as well. And it'll be interesting to see if they extend any of these warnings or not. Go ahead.
At this point, all tornado warnings in northwestern Iowa have expired.
Yeah, so at 4:30, so basically what Braden said, at 4:30 here in just a minute, they are going to allow these to expire.
I'm growing with concerns with this next cell that's there. That is over by the Fairview, Rock Valley, Iowa, Inwood, Iowa area. I'm thinking of just shooting over to Rock Rapids, shooting south, and then we can intercept.
Yeah, so it looks like we got some new development here southeast of Canton that's starting to get going, and we're definitely going to have to watch that very closely because it's in a tornado watch. So, and there it is. They have officially dropped all of the tornado warnings for northwestern Iowa there, and also for the Minnesota side. That expired a little bit ago as well. And, so as of right now, the only tornado warnings that we have now is in southeastern Iowa. So let's go ahead and shoot over there. And we're going to continue to keep a close eye on things over there in that area. But we are going to pivot now to eastern Iowa here, as we do have two tornado warnings in effect here near Iowa City and then down towards Burlington. So let's bring everybody in here. We got, we'll show everybody. This is all along a line of severe weather. And there it is, tornado warning here for just northeast of Iowa City, near Salone, Mount Vernon areas. Tornado warning remains here until 4:45, another 15 minutes or so. That is moving at about 45 miles per hour, and radar indicated rotation there. Let's see if we can see anything on the velocity. Not a whole lot showing there. We're not seeing a whole lot on the velocity there with that storm, but doesn't mean that it's not producing anything. Let's move down to the south here. This one looks a little bit more intense near Mount Pleasant, Salem, Houghton areas, New London. If you're in these areas, you're under a tornado warning until 5 p.m. Central Time. And it is moving northeast at about 40 there. And radar indicated tornado as well. And let's see, also down here in northeastern Missouri, do want to mention that there also is a tornado warning there until 5 p.m. So for our viewers kind of near the Sioux Falls area, things have calmed down quite a bit. There is not much going on at this point. We do have some thunderstorms remaining, but around east of Sioux Falls, but those have kind of lost a little bit of punch, if you will. And now we just got those 2 tornado warnings in southeastern Iowa. I am going to step aside just for a minute. I will be right back. I'll let Nick say anything if there's anything that he wants to say to everyone, but I will be back here in a minute.
Hello guys, I'm Nick. Here to guide you while Riley's going out and doing something. So yep, just to reiterate what he said, the tornado watch has been canceled for all of Sioux Falls, or all of South Dakota and all of Nebraska. Northern Iowa continues to be watched, but it's starting to calm down. It's eastern Iowa that seems to be the focus of the wrath of Mother Nature, so to speak. You can see the severe thunderstorm warning affecting large parts of eastern Iowa here. Has a tornado warning right in the center. So people in Monticello, Anamosa, Olin, Clarence, Tipton, Wilton, West Liberty, Wheatland, Dixon, Lost Nation, Hopkinton, and Cascade. That storm will be near you within the next hour. Those of you in Davenport, Muscatine, Columbus Junction, Conesville, watch out for some strong winds, some small to medium-sized hail. Make sure to bring your chairs and your pets inside. You can also see on the radar that there's a lot of lightning associated with this storm. Lots of lightning here. So all around this big segment right here, you can see many lightning strikes. Down here by Washington and Columbus Junction, Ainsworth, large hail. Seems to be some large hail within this, along with some heavy rain. So be watchful in these areas right here. Down south in southern Iowa, you see Mount Pleasant, New London, Salem, Houghton. You can see an area of rotation that was detected right here, moving to the northeast. So those in New London, Iowa, Danville, Iowa, Mount Pleasant, Iowa, Mount Union, Iowa. Make sure you watch out for this rotation that's going on right here. Keep an eye on the sky. Listen to the tornado sirens that you hear if you need to go inside. Down here in northeastern Missouri, Cahokia, Revere, Wayland, Lurie, Missouri. Make sure that you are in a safe place right now, as there's a tornado warning for your area as well. There's seems to be some hail associated with this storm. And also, as Riley said, the Sioux Falls area, surrounded mostly by rain and small thunderstorms right now. You can see that from Woonsocket to Platte to Bloomfield, Nebraska, we're just kind of surrounded by this big cone of rain right now. It's going to continue off and on throughout the day and into the night. But the main focus as of right now remains here in eastern Iowa, where this one big line of severe thunderstorms is continuing to move northeast into southern parts of Wisconsin and northern parts of Illinois, as well as eastern parts of Iowa. And you can see what it's doing right now is it's spreading out. It's forming what looks like a bow and arrow. And the winds in these areas right here pushing this on. This is very strong wind associated with this storm. Says here, if I can click on it, 60 mile per hour winds and
Hey, we got development more now on this line that's starting.
okay. Our chasers are telling us that there is something going on to the south here. Okay.
Should we shoot through Rock Rapids heading west and then head down Highway 10 there, or should we go down 75 and head over on 18?
So what they're talking about right now is this area right here. So our chasers are in this area in northwestern Iowa, and they're looking at these storms right here. These little pockets of rain and small thunderstorms that have started to develop in Lamar's, Cherokee, Sioux Center, Rock Valley, Sheldon, Paulina. This right here is going to be kind of the area of continued development for our area here around the T Storm Chasers area, around Sioux Falls. We're going to keep a very close eye on that for you guys watching this area right here. There is
I want to be on the backside of this.
an area of
hit us head on.
rotation here north of Whitmore, around Emmitsburg, heading towards Fenton and Ringstead, Iowa. So those of you around Ringstead, Greatinger, Armstrong, Wallingford, and Groover, make sure you watch out for this storm to the south of you. It's starting to develop some rotation. Make sure you go inside. Make sure you
If you
keep
stick in Rock Rapids, you can head on
pay
this
close attention to weather alerts in your area.
75 to avoid it. Also, the fiance's parents almost got hit by a tornado earlier, by the way. Shed is gone, and power lines were down, and they said that it was probably within an eighth of a mile of their house.
Okay, so new development here. Down here,
Location?
Mount Pleasant, Iowa. Let me see if I get a radar picture for you here. So this is the radar in the Quad Cities. Yep, as you can see right here. So moving towards Mount Pleasant, New London, Iowa, Mount Union, Danville, Iowa. There is an observed tornado on the ground near Mount Pleasant and New London. And it's observed hail is 1 1/4 inch. So make sure that if you're in these counties right here, be safe. Be in a low interior building in your house, away from windows. There is rotation with this storm, and as I've said, there is an observed tornado on the ground in southeastern Iowa. Moving north here, we can see that this warning near Tipton, Iowa, Lisbon, Iowa, is going to be allowed to expire in the next 6 minutes. But the focus right now seems to be right here, down in the south of this storm, where there has been an observed tornado. And let me see if I can find a picture for you guys. In the meantime, for all of our viewers in Sioux Falls who are wondering what's going on, for us, it's mostly rain and nothing much for us around here. But those of you who are experiencing this this hail and this tornado that's on the ground in Iowa right now, we are going to keep you monitored and keep you supplied with information. As of right now, the rotation is centered over Highway 218.
I know this is off topic, but check out that cell over in the
Awesome.
on it.
Alright, so as I was saying,
Over by Keokuk.
this area of rotation here over near Salem, Iowa, that's centered right now over Highway 218 and heading northeast. So it's going to split the gap right here in between New London and Mount Pleasant. and move directly through. So those of you who are in Mount Union, Iowa right now, be careful, monitor the warnings, and if it's applied to you, take shelter. The chasers are notifying us right now of some more development near this area right around here. Looks to be just rain for the most part, which is nice. Still that area of rotation here in northern Iowa near Emmitsburg and Fenton. Not tornado warned yet, which is good. Take you back down to this warning in Missouri. Lots of lightning with these storms, so please be safe outside from these lightning strikes and this hail especially. The rotation seems to be weakening in this tornado right now, or in this area. There is rotation in this tornado warning in Missouri. This tornado that's on the ground right now in Iowa, near Mount Pleasant and New London, rotation is growing in strength, it seems. So again, as I reiterate, those of you in Mount Pleasant, New London, Mount Union, make sure that you take shelter soon, because this is dangerous. Even small tornadoes can do a lot of damage. And there is wind and hail associated with this storm as well. So please go inside, go in an interior part of your house with no windows. Please be safe, people. To the north here, this cell by Conesville, Iowa, Lone Tree, Nichols, Columbus Junction, and Cotter. You guys should be dealing with a lot of hail and heavy rain right now. So please, please, please be careful. Go inside. Bring your pets, bring your furniture inside so they don't get hurt. Don't try and photograph any of this stuff. It is dangerous to be outside. Just kind of sitting here watching this. This big old line right here, moving into northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin, through eastern Iowa at the moment, is moving east, northeast. People in this area can expect 60-mile-per-hour winds and 1-inch hail. Pretty standard for a severe thunderstorm. Just please be careful. Please be wary of the weather. Please do not go outside during these moments and get very windy. There are stories of people who've been killed by winds in these severe thunderstorms, by debris that's been blowing around that wasn't secured. So please stay safe. Rotation up here in just northeast of Waterloo and Olwine. Small rotation there. So these storms, even though they're very small, have bits of rotation in them, which shows us right now that the atmosphere is not quite over with producing storms that can produce some rotation within them. Want to keep an eye on that. Sorry about that, brief interruption. So it looks like this rotation is staying strong. It's moving. Very likely it's just now south of Mount Pleasant and New London. So please, in this area, stay safe from lightning strikes, stay safe from hail. I want to move back over here quickly to Sioux Falls to show our viewers in this area.
Chaser 1 copy.
There is not a lot going on right now. We're surrounded by this big old band of rain. We're kind of right in the middle of it all right now, which is nice. Give us a little break from the rain. These areas in near Norfolk and Nebraska had flood warnings later today. So this rain is causing some trouble here. In these areas right now, thunderstorms are still possible, but it seems that the threat for South Dakota and Nebraska has died down quite noticeably. Areas south of Norfolk right now, you guys can expect some thunder and lightning. Quite a few lightning strikes here in the last couple minutes, but do not be afraid. So these areas here in eastern Iowa, the tornado warning that was near Iowa City has been allowed to expire, which is good. Still some severe thunderstorms in that area. This tornado that was observed minutes ago looks to be in practice in between Mount Pleasant and New London, and the area of rotation has weakened.
Check 1.
And is right south of Mount Pleasant right now.
Copy.
A lot of repetitive information, so I apologize for that, but we just want to reiterate what's going on right now. You can see up here, this is the past lightning strikes associated with this storm. So there have been a lot of lightning strikes on this line from Manchester, Iowa to Cahokia, Missouri. This line right here has been the main story maker for us. A lot of lightning, a lot of strong wind, a couple tornadoes that have been confirmed.
We're gonna see what this inwood stuff does and then call it.
So our chasers right now are in this area.
Yeah, so things have calmed down, essentially, is what we're getting out of this.
Yep. Areas in northwestern Iowa and South Dakota, southern Minnesota. Things are starting to calm down quite noticeably for you. Mostly the story right now is in eastern Iowa. And these storms that are happening over here. Not a whole lot. Lines of thunderstorms down here. This rotation is weakening near Mount Pleasant and Mount Union and New London. Down here in Missouri, this tornado warning is about to expire. In fact, I think... Okay, it expires in
You got things that are trying to
13
form.
minutes for this warning here in
Some
Missouri.
we'll have to watch close, but
This warning, also 13 minutes.
definitely showing the weakening on it.
Areas in this part of Iowa have been dealing with a drought, so the one positive thing about this is all this rain might help with that, as it's helped with our area in southeastern South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. But these moments right here, all we're seeing right now is some nice thunderstorms, some big hail, areas of rotation. Pretty standard for a severe weather event in our area of the country.
Yeah, for mid-April, this is quite the event that has unfolded today. Usually in mid-April, we don't get a whole lot of tornadoes around our area, at least not yet. I mean, it's possible, but it's not
There's some
common.
development there south of Canton as well.
And so yeah, I mean, more in Iowa, central and eastern Iowa, it's a
I think
little bit
that's
more
what we're
common,
gonna
but
start seeing is that
for
it's
our
trying to
area, you know,
develop
like
and move into
northwest
the
Iowa and all that
northwest
stuff.
Iowa area, and that's where we're gonna see something fire maybe.
Yeah, I think it's hard to say at this point if anything else is going to start to develop, but
Yeah, no. What our chasers are talking about is this area right here, where there's still some storms are trying to form here, just not really working out for them, which is nice for all the people that live up here in North Iowa who've been subject to this tornado watch for multiple hours. Worthy of note is that there have actually been quite a few significant tornado outbreaks in April. So just because it's early on in the year does not necessarily mean that a tornado outbreak can't happen.
right, yeah.
In our part of the country, that's very rare. Mostly, those outbreaks take place in the south, where it's called Dixie Alley, where a lot of those tornadoes take place, such as in 2011 in late April, or early April, that occurred in the Midwest, more so Ohio and Kentucky in the 70s. But it's been quite a long time since there's been a major outbreak up here in our part of the country in southeastern South Dakota, which is very fortunate for us here. Looks like this storm is kind of starting to move away. They haven't extended the warning just yet, which is probably a product of this rotation weakening, of the storm in general weakening as we move later on into the afternoon. Kind of the same standard stuff that we've been talking about right now. You guys around Des Moines, if I can get the radar to click here. Not a lot around you guys either. Same thing with us in Sioux Falls. You guys are just seeing rain and maybe some flashes of lightning, rumbles of thunder, but that's about it for you guys in central Iowa at this point in time. It looks like these storms in Minnesota and Iowa are starting to get some heavy rain associated with them. So we'll keep an eye on that for you guys around Fenton, Iowa, Ringstead, Sway City, Armstrong, Lone Rock. We'll keep an eye on that for you.
I do need to mention this to the guys.
One moment. Okay, so just as I say that, this tornado warning in southern Iowa has been extended now. The tornado is still on the ground, it seems. It's still observed. And this warning is lasting for another 38 minutes. So this area of rotation has strengthened again and is now moving northeast into New London, Mount Union, Mediopolis, Morning Sun, Oakville, Wapello, New Boston, Keithsburg, and Joy. Anybody living in those areas or traveling north along Highway 61 here, make sure to be extremely careful. If you can, take shelter immediately in these areas. This is a confirmed observed tornado, and there's inch and a quarter tornado or a hail associated with this storm. So please, please, please be careful. This area tornado will be around New London at 4:52. This area of rotation is right over New London as we speak, and will be in Mediopolis within 20 minutes. Oakville, New Boston, and Keithsburg within 30 minutes. Joy, 40 minutes, and Aledo in 50 minutes. Anywhere beyond that is a little more than an hour.
I do want to mention we do have some storm reports too coming in. I do want to mention this.
Yep.
Let's see here.
So right now, as we speak, reports by emergency management for northeastern northwestern Iowa are reporting damage to outbuildings, farm buildings, any building that was in the open path of these stronger storms that produce some rotation and strong winds.
I was at 301,
Yep.
4 miles west of northwest of Matlock, Iowa.
Yeah. So a couple hours ago, those storm reports are now coming in from people who are have been observing these situations.
What do you want to do for damage and disaster relief?
Chasers are contemplating how they can help the locals in northwestern Iowa at this moment. And as I continue to update you on this confirmed tornado that's hours away from moving into northern Illinois, but at this moment is located over New London, Iowa. Let me see.
I don't think that we're done in these in that cluster of storms there across northwest Iowa, southwest Minnesota. I think those still have potential to do something yet.
Yep, Riley, I do agree with you. These storms.
I don't think they're done. I think, in fact, that one just northwest of Algona is starting to pick up strength a little bit again.
Yep.
And
Yep.
that's been recycling all day.
As we've noticed before, the storm is continuing to have some mild rotation located within it. It's located now just north of Armstrong, Iowa.
Yeah.
This storm's still kind of chugging along, producing a lot of lightning, probably some small hail in there, as you can see by these purple blotches. Sioux Falls still in the clear right now. Only rain looks like coming our way. This tornado warning in the, Missouri has been extended as well.
Into Iowa now.
Yep, into parts of
just
Iowa.
on the very edge of our coverage area.
Yep. So Fort Madison, Burlington, West Point, Nauvoo, Dallas City, Illinois, Lomax, Illinois, and Keokuk, Missouri. Make sure you watch out for this tornado
Large
warning.
wedge tornado on the ground north of Keokuk, Iowa.
I
North
think
of
that's the one that you
Keokuk,
were just
Iowa.
talking about.
Yep,
right
so
there.
this
Yep.
confirmed tornado up here moving into Mediapolis, Morning Sun, and Mount Union.
It is on the eastern side of the
Let me
state.
go.
Just thought I'd
Let me
let
go
you
ahead
guys
and
know.
let me show you
Damage
guys
has been
what we're talking
reported.
about.
Roof has
Right
been
here,
blown off houses
southeastern
and
Iowa, right there.
other damage reports
Confirmed
will
large
come in.
tornado right there in southeastern Iowa. What
Extreme
county is
eastern
that?
portions, correct?
That looks to be. Just a moment. So for Lee and Des Moines, Henry, Louisa counties, this tornado warning is for you moving into Illinois,
Yeah, right there.
right here in this area.
Yep.
That tornado north of Keokuk, Missouri is a large wedge tornado. That means it's wide and it is powerful at this moment.
It's long track. It's been on the ground for 45 minutes now.
Yep, it's
And apparently it's been on the ground. I don't know if you guys just heard that. Braden just said apparently this thing has been on the ground for about 45 minutes now. And again, this is in southeastern Iowa. This is not anywhere near the Sioux Falls T metro area. This is way east and southeast. But this is right on the edge of our coverage area. So we still want to be covering this as we have a wider region to cover than all of our news and media outlets in our area. So we do have the largest coverage area in our region as we cover the Quad State area, South Dakota, Nebraska, Iowa, Minnesota. So as you can see there, this thing apparently has been on the ground for about 45 minutes now. And there even is, I think there might even be a little donut hole there on the radar, kind of depict that large and dangerous tornado. I don't know if you can zoom in on that a little bit, but I think that might be a donut hole there.
Yep. And there are 8,000 people living in this area, along with 7 schools. So any of those 8,000 people, if you're watching right now, please take shelter immediately. Go to the interior part of your house or a basement with no windows around you. There's $half-dollar-sized hail in addition to a large tornado that has been confirmed to have been on the ground for almost 45 minutes now, since it started in Salem, Iowa. It's moving towards Morning Sun, Mediapolis, Keithsburg, New Boston, and Wapello. So please, please, please take your precautions and do not try and go outside and test this right now.
Yep.
This is a large, violent tornado that's been on the ground for quite some time.
Yep. And again, once again, right here, southeastern Iowa. Right there is kind of our most concerned area. Nick, you want to pull up the velocity on this to kind of get a better picture there.
Yep.
There it is, right there. That
Yep.
is quite the circulation there. And that's kind of what I was afraid of there. We still have quite the circulation right there on that storm. And again, confirmed tornado in southeastern Iowa. And again, why don't you zoom in a little bit there?
Tornado
Right
warning,
there.
or sorry, tornado watch was just canceled.
There you go, right there. AJ just gave an update to us.
Western Iowa.
I believe they have just canceled the tornado watch.
Yep.
And they
It's
have,
being
so.
pushed back very, very slowly from these areas now. You guys are now out of the clear.
Let me kind of illustrate this.
Yep. Go ahead.
So up here, Sioux Falls area, there was Clay and Union counties earlier in South Dakota. They dropped the tornado watch for that area. Also, they canceled the tornado watch for eastern Nebraska counties. So Nebraska is in the clear, South Dakota is in the clear. Also, a few of our counties here in northwestern Iowa has also been clear of the tornado watch. But again, it continues here for portions of northwestern Iowa, northern Iowa, central Iowa, and then obviously here in eastern Iowa and southeastern Iowa as well. So just wanted to give you guys an update on that as they have updated that tornado watch. So just wanted to give you guys an update there.
Use Des Moines radar.
Yes, pull up that.
Pushing
Pull
out.
up. Yeah, pull that up
do
here.
that?
I can do it right here.
Scats, meaning It's fine, no grass.
We definitely need to show them that. That is quite the picture there.
Yep, so this right here is the tornado that I've been talking about this whole time. That was a picture taken by Aaron Rigsby about half an hour ago as it was near Salem, Iowa, as it was approaching Salem. So this was half an hour ago, and this thing is still on the ground as we speak.
Yeah, that's it right there. That is your area right there.
Yep.
That was that storm right there. That is the one that we have been talking about for a little bit now. There in southeastern Iowa, large and extremely dangerous tornado, large wedge tornado. And we do have a new tornado warning now that we're going to get to here
Ooh,
in
yep.
just a second. And it's that same storm that we've been keeping an eye on for quite some time now.
That cell that we've been talking about north of Fenton.
And that thing has just been recycling all day.
Yep, there it is. Right there,
let's
right there
go.
near Fenton, moving towards Lone Rock, moving towards rural areas, Sway City.
Let's see here. There it is. Let's zoom in.
Zoom
Yep.
in for you to look at there.
There it is. All right.
So, yep, there's the new tornado warning right there in northwestern Iowa. This is that same storm that has been recycling for the last several hours. This thing has been just recycling, and it's all by itself. It's in that perfect conducive environment for tornadoes. Nothing is stopping this thing. This thing is going to continue to push its way north and east, and you get that live sweep of the radar there. That right there, there's your couplet. Where you got the red and greens tightly compacted there, and red's going away from the radar, green's going towards the radar, and the Doppler radar is what we're talking about. And right there, that is your couplet, that is your velocity, and that is where that possible tornado is. Radar indicated rotation as of now, but it still could be confirmed at some point here in the next few minutes. So just got to keep very close eye on that.
And the good thing about this tornado warning in particular is that it's a very rural area. But to the 875 people who live in this area, I want to tell you right now that you should take cover immediately. This is a tornado warning. This is a serious situation for all of you. It looks to be some pretty significant rain and hail right there in the center of the storm. Lots of lightning associated with this, so please be careful. Stay indoors and stay safe. I want to move now down back to this big tornado that's
Still on the ground.
in
Yep.
Wapello in southern Iowa.
That thing has been going on for a while now. Apparently, this thing has been going on for 45 minutes and counting now. Again, that is very interesting stuff. This is a very dangerous situation. Obviously, going back to the velocity there, there's your couplet. There's your tornado. I mean, that thing is clear as day with your velocity right there. That is your confirmed tornado. It is still on the ground. You can see there's a little bit of a hook, a little bit of an inflow notch right there. Where you got it's almost kind of like an inflow notch there, kind of a hook feature right there in southeastern Iowa. That is where we got that confirmed tornado. It's been on the ground for almost an hour now, and that continues to be a problem for southeastern Iowa. Do you want to go back up to that new tornado warning in northern Iowa?
Yes,
right
I
up here?
will.
He's going to reposition the radar here for us. And there it is. Again, this is the unfortunate thing with this supercell is it is away from all of the radars, so it's going to be hard to get a clear picture of this thing. If you want to pull up the velocity, I'm just curious to see what that looks like. Yeah, there it is right there. That is quite a good couplet there. That is pretty clear and cut right there. You got keep saying this. It's where you got the red's going away from the radar, green's going towards the radar, and right there, that is your couplet, and that is why there is a tornado warning polygon for that area. What county is that again?
This right here looks to be in Emmett, Palo Alto, and Kossuth counties in northern Iowa. So
Okay.
anybody within these counties, within these boundaries, and any of those 875 or so people that live in this polygon in particular, we want you to stay safe. Make sure to take shelter at this moment in time, as
Yep.
this storm is dangerous and is rotating. right in this moment, right in this center.
Probably
right here.
got some hail associated with that as well. There's
Yep.
probably some good hail there.
Lots of hail.
When does that expire?
This tornado warning expires in 40 minutes.
Okay. So we got a while. This thing is not going anywhere. This thing is not moving. It's definitely taking its time. How fast is that moving?
It's moving north at 10 miles an hour. This thing is moving very slowly.
So earlier this was going probably 30, and it is slowed down quite a bit. And that's not a good sign, because usually when storms slow down like that, that usually means that there's developing a pretty nasty tornadic circulation, and more than likely it's going to produce a tornado. Radar indicated at this point, but it would not shock me one bit if that becomes a confirmed tornado very shortly. As again, when storms move slower like that, it usually means that it is developing a tornado, more than likely, or developing maybe even a large tornado. Not always, but usually that's an indication. Right here, you got the reds going away from the radar, greens going towards the radar. We still got that circulation right there. You want to zoom in a little bit on that circulation?
Yep.
Maybe use the right there. That's your circulation right there. Do you want to put up the storm relative velocity on that?
Yep.
And give us a different picture. Yeah, right there. So it's a little more clear. You got the reds right there, the brighter reds, brighter greens, right there. That is the area that we are watching very closely. That is your circulation right there. And what this also means, this is a pretty dangerous situation, because even if it's only moving at 10 miles per hour, based on what it looks like on the radar, it's more than likely rain wrapped. So it's going to be hard to confirm that. So I think what we should just do is assume that it is on the ground, assume that it is a confirmed tornado, because more than likely it is. It's just rain wrapped. The way it's looking on the radar, based on what we're looking at there, probably confirmed. Probably on the ground, just rain wrapped, and so that's the situation we got in northern Iowa there. And also, okay, did you see that? It looks like they just updated the tornado warning box.
Yep.
So if you want to run through that here for us.
So it's getting smaller. Like Riley said, assume that this is a very dangerous storm. Take shelter immediately, because this is still a tornado warning. They're shrinking the polygon box, which means that the warning is getting smaller. So this storm is moving.
What's the new information on that? Okay.
Yep. So the tornado is still radar indicated, which means that a spotter hasn't reported a tornado on the ground just yet, but the radar is seeing rotation that could be indicative of a tornado on the ground.
And possibly rain wrapped again, as we mentioned.
Yep. So this is heavy rain and hail that is surrounding what could be a tornado in this polygon right here.
Yep. So if you're just areas north of Fenton, Iowa, east of Ringstead, please be taking shelter. Please be in your safe spot.
Yep.
Probably some rural areas for sure. That's the good news out of this. For Fenton, I would say just remain in your safe spot, but it looks like Fenton is the only town that's impacted by this as of right now. But if it continues, and again, how is it still moving at 10 miles per hour? Now,
it's picked up speed, 21 miles an hour.
So it's picked up some speed there. So it is no longer 10 miles per hour, it's now about 20 miles per hour. So it's moving north here by about 20. Be impacting a couple of towns there. Looks like Sweet City and Armstrong. Anywhere in between those towns there will be impacted by this here eventually. Here's the broader view. Again, the dark shaded area in red that you see there on the screen. Most of Iowa really is where we got the tornado watch. That continues, I believe, until 7. I don't know if they extended that time or not, but I think it's still out until 7.
And I'd like to.
And I do want to mention one more thing.
One more
here.
thing?
Before we go down to southeastern Iowa, let's go back to the Sioux Falls area. Pull up the radar. I just want to for everybody. A lot of people are tuning in and wondering about what's going on in the Sioux Falls area. Sioux Falls is in the clear. The only thing we got right now is some rain around the area. kind of surrounding the whole Sioux Falls neck of the woods. Really just some rain around. But if you go back to southeastern Iowa, let's go ahead and go back down there. This is another area that we've been focusing on this afternoon. And yeah, going back down there, that thing is still, and man, that thing is really looking strong. And there's your tornado. That thing is a confirmed tornado. That thing is really spinning like a top right there. And that thing is definitely on the ground still. And that thing has been on the ground, I believe what they were saying, for almost an hour now.
Yep.
And that it's in a perfect environment to produce a tornado, and it's really in the perfect setup for a long-lived, long-track tornado. And it's going to continue to make its way north and east, probably going in between.
Morning Sun, Oakville, Mediopolis.
Yep, going in between Wapello and Oakville. And that thing is, right over Morning Sun, just southeast. And yeah, that thing still has quite the velocity.
I will say that this mesoscale detection says that the strength index of this tornado or this rotation is weakening. So the rotation, as of right now, is weakening in this storm, which is good.
Obviously.
Good news for the people in this part of
However, keep that radar. This looks more like. Go back to the reflectivity there. Right there, yep. So you see that hook feature right there? There's definitely a hook there, and there's also an inflow notch right there. And that is definitely, there's definitely a tornado on the ground. I mean, it's confirmed still, and there's definitely, based on the radar, this is more of your classic look. What people say, you know, when you're looking at a tornado on radar, this is pretty textbook right there. And that really is a good illustration there of showing that tornado. That thing is a pretty classic look.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
And that's usually more of like summertime supercells there.
Yeah. And
Usually
I will
like
say
a
that
June or July thing.
this tornado warning that's moving into southeastern
Madison.
Iowa, extreme southeastern Iowa right now, looks to have some pretty large hail and some heavy rain down here in this purple part. That's the radar detecting very dense objects in the atmosphere at this moment in time. There's some medium rotation, mostly just very strong wind and large hail associated with this. But if you live within this polygon, Fort Madison, Dallas City, Nauvoo, Burlington, please take shelter, as this is still a tornado warning and it could still very well produce a tornado. Now, these severe thunderstorm warnings, this right here is considerable damage can be caused by this line of storm. 70-mile-per-hour winds. That is tropical storm strength winds. This is very dangerous to anything that's not secured outside. Any people standing outside in Tipton, Bennett, Wilton, Durant, Dixon, Walcott, Loudoun, Calamus, please go inside. This is very dangerous winds. Inch hail. It's moving east at 50 miles an hour. This is moving very quickly, and the winds are very strong. It can surprise you. You'd be surprised at how much a storm can creep up on you very quickly. Please stay safe, and please, please, please don't get hurt in these areas. This has the considerable, as I've said before, the damage threat is considerable, so please stay safe. In areas north of this, moving into southern Wisconsin now, near Gutenberg, Iowa, these storms are still producing very strong winds, 60 miles an hour, 60 miles per hour with inch wide hail, some very small rotation located within these tornadoes, within these storms. Up here as well, in here and here. These storms are rotating very slightly, and they're very strong with winds, so this event is by no means over for these areas.
We're gonna hang out here for a little while and continue to monitor these 2 tornado warnings in Iowa. Again, we got one in southeastern Iowa, and we got that other one in northwestern Iowa. Back up here. Let's go ahead and take a look again at this one. There it is. That thing's all by itself. There's nothing stopping that. That thing is continuing to hold strong as it will continue to move north here and shoot north.
We'll say the good thing is that it appears now that the heavy rain and the hail have begun to weaken, The rotation is not
Very
as strong as it
slightly,
was
yeah.
before. Yep, very slightly. This tornado warning still in effect. Areas Sway City, Armstrong, Iowa. Please stay safe in your areas. Circling back to Sioux Falls for just a minute. We're still surrounded by rain. No threat to us here of that weather that's going on in Iowa at the moment. Our chasers have suspended their search. And thank God, it appears that the tornado down by Wapello that's been on the ground for over an hour has now shot back up into the air. Rotation is still present, but as of right now, the tornado is not confirmed to be on the ground, which is fantastic news.
Yep, so this is now radar indicated. It has been downgraded. The warning itself, the red polygon, has been downgraded to radar indicated. However, let's still really watch this closely because there's definitely still an inflow notch and a hook feature on the radar. That still showing some good rotation signatures there.
Yes, this is still a tornado warning, so even though that it's not on the ground anymore, it could very well produce one again. So areas in Oakville, New Boston, Keithsburg, Joy, please still be careful. Even though this tornado may not be on the ground, it is still a very dangerous storm with hail and undoubtedly strong winds. It's moving northeast at 43 miles an hour, so a storm like this that's moving that fast can really surprise some people. I want to move now north again. It looks like this large line of storms that was producing very strong winds has also died down. It's now 60 mile per hour gusts instead of 70, which is good to hear. Hail is now less than an inch in diameter. Maquoketa, DeWitt, Eldridge, Dixon, Wheatland, Lost Nation, Springbrook, Preston, Charlotte. So please still be careful. These storms are still very strong with winds and they're moving east very quickly. It should be in the areas within the polygon within the hour, maybe a little bit more. A little more northward here into southern parts of Wisconsin, northern parts of Illinois, anyone who lives in Plattsville, Prairie du Chien, Dodgeville, Dubuque. Some strong storms heading your way right now. No rotation associated with these, but a little bit north near Prairie du Chien, there is some small pockets of rotation within these storms. We'll continue to keep an eye on that for you. This storm north of Algona looks to be weakening slightly. Take a look at the rotation within that storm. It's undoubtedly weakened, which is very good to hear for the residents of this part of Iowa. As of right now, it just appears to be a very strong thunderstorm that happened to be rotating for quite a bit. It looks like the rotation that was present is not nearly as strong as it was before, which is fantastic. The overall situation right now, the warning or the watch area has been slowly decreasing. So as you've moved more to the east, the event is moving more towards to the east. So areas in Spencer, Storm Lake, Ida Grove, Carroll, Audubon, please still be careful. You're still in a tornado watch, but the effects of this storm system might be dying down for you a little bit. Sioux Center, Lamar's, Woodbine, Onawa are now out of the tornado watch, which is nice. Areas of southern Iowa also out of the tornado watch. Take a look at this storm system again over here, as our focus has once again shifted to eastern Iowa, northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin. As of right now, it just seems that this rotation, this storm in Wapello is still rotating quite quickly. So again, residents along Highway 99, Highway 61, Highway 78, residents of New Boston, Keithsburg, please still be careful. Zoom out to the overall situation here. Yeah, so this is just one big long line from Decorah down to Canton. This big old line is going to keep pushing east. So people in Macomb, Galesburg, Davenport, Clinton, Dubuque, Dixon, Peoria, moving into Illinois. The Chicago metro area might be getting this a little later. So please, there's a lot of lightning associated with the storm. This is dangerous in many aspects. With up north here, the winds in this storm were 70 miles per hour 10 minutes ago. They've slowed down quite a bit, but it's moving very fast. This area down here in extreme southeastern Iowa is now, as of right now, still under a tornado warning. It expires in 25 minutes. It's moving very quickly. Taking a look at the rotation, it's weakened, but it's still here, right by West Point, down here by Fort Madison. The storm is weakening, but it is still tornado warned, and that's still cause for concern for the people within this polygon. Anybody in the path of this line here, please watch the weather. Be safe. Be wise about what's happening around you. We'd hate to see people get hurt. As it's moving now kind of out of our coverage area. This storm near Algona seems to be keeping its strength, but they have not extended the tornado warning as the storm is moving out of this polygon area, which is indicative of some good news. The rotation is dying down definitely now, which is fantastic to see. Areas north of Armstrong. Areas more by Sioux Falls. Still, this rain has been kind of moving off and on into our area. Should be cloudy. I think here in T I can see the sun peeking out of the clouds a little bit, which is really nice to see after a day of rain. I'm going to step up the mic here for just a minute. That tornado warning by Wapello, Iowa has been extended. Still not a confirmed tornado on the ground, but as I've been saying, the rotation in this storm is still quite strong, and the Weather Service has seen the need to extend this warning. So residents of Reynolds, Aledo, Joy, New Boston, Illinois, please be very weather watchful of what's going on at this moment in time. I would hate to see anybody get hurt in this area. We at T-Storm Chasers would hate to see people get moved or hurt in this area. Some strong winds, some small hail. Moving very quickly, this storm is still tornadic and can still produce a tornado. I'm going to zoom out for the overall situation here. And I'm going to step off the mic for a few moments while we get set for the rest of our night of coverage. Thanks for tuning in.
All right, so what we're gonna do here, we're gonna regather some things here. We're gonna keep the radar on, but we're just gonna take a short break, short intermission. Usually we would do like commercials, but we don't have commercials yet. We will be getting those soon. But do want to mention to everyone, there as of right now, no confirmed tornadoes. Everything is radar indicated right now, and we do have that tornado warning that continues up to north of Spencer and Algona. And then we got southeastern corner of Iowa with that line of a couple of tornadic thunderstorms with radar indicated tornadoes. But what we're going to do, we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back with you guys. We are going to just leave the radar picture up for everybody for the concerned areas. So thanks for everybody for tuning in this afternoon, and we will be back shortly.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We're just gonna kind of update you on the situation here. Sioux Falls got some development going on down here. Might be a thunderstorm starting to pop up around Hurley, Freeman, Lesterville, that little triangle there. Otherwise, right now we're not in the tornado watch. The tornado watch has actually been kind of sawed off a little more. Carroll, Audubon, Sac City, Fort Dodge, Gowrie, Iowa. All those counties there in the middle are out of the watch now. This storm in Iowa has now moved out of the tornado warning polygon, and that expires in 6 minutes. So, looking at the rotation on this, there's nothing on it anymore, no meat. That looks to be done. Just kind of a little more of an intense thunderstorm now, right over Sway City. Moving down south a little bit more to where that big tornado was a little bit earlier. This central area by Davenport seems to be weakening. The severe thunderstorm warning's off of that now. Areas of Dubuque, Dodgeville, you guys are still experiencing some rougher weather, some stronger winds, some largish hail, some areas of rotation here in Dodgeville, but mostly just heavy rain, hail, and strong winds are the threats around here by Dubuque, Platteville, Gutenberg, Prairie du Chien, and Dodgeville. Down here south, this tornado warned storm is moving slowly near Davenport. So those of you in the south suburbs of Davenport, Coal Valley, Milan, Reynolds as well, East Moline, even Cleveland, make sure to have precautions and plans in place just in case something goes awry. Moving fast, tornado is not confirmed anymore. The storm looks to be weakening quite significantly. This tornado warning polygon looks to be shrinking down by Burlington, Iowa, and into northern Illinois. Just a severe thunderstorm warning now. 60-mile-per-hour winds, inch hail. Got some cells to the south by Wyaconda, Granger, and Donaldson, but this one by Donaldson might have a severe warning on it in a bit. Looks like there's some hail going on in there. Otherwise, though, it seems to be very quiet. Northeastern Missouri starting to see some storms pop up, but that's a little out of our coverage area for the moment. Heading back over closer to home, we can see that this cell down by Viborg is looked to be kind of building up, but now it looks to be kind of stationary. Sioux Falls, the area around Sioux Falls, northeastern Nebraska, northwestern Iowa, looks to be not a lot going on right now, which is good to hear after all the stuff that happened earlier today with the tornado reports. We're going to stay on the air with you until these tornado warnings expired, and then we're going to head off. But we just want to make sure, stay on the air with you guys and make sure you guys all know what's going on. Tornado watch has not been cut off for Waterloo, Mason City, Ames, Sheraton, Ottumwa, Cedar Rapids, Dubuque, Davenport, Keokuk, Havana, Quincy, Columbia, Herman, Missouri. This whole area here still has the potential for some tornadic activity here. Just a lot of lightning, a lot of strength here with these storms. These things still have some oomph behind them, so make sure to be cognizant of your surroundings here if you're in this section of Iowa, extreme southeastern Iowa into extreme northwestern Illinois. Be weather watch, weather weary. South western Wisconsin. You guys are getting some heavy rain and some strong thunderstorms at the moment. Little rotation near Dodgeville, but sorry about that. We'll be watching that very closely for you. Now these tornado warnings in Iowa expire. This expires at 6, so a little over 15 minutes. At 45, this one expires in less than a minute. And this warning here expires also in less than a minute. So the tornado activity, as of this moment, has started to die down very significantly. Just a line of thunderstorms now that's from Prairie du Chien down to Mason, Missouri. So be sure if you're located along that line that you watch the weather closely. Don't let yourself get surprised by some strong weather. There's a lot of people having family reunions out. It's been really nice outside, so just be careful. But areas over here in Iowa, the activity looks to be dying down for you. Let's go to the radar in Des Moines.
I do want to mention though, going back to the radar, go up to that tornado warning up there in north central. You see that right there?
Yes, I do.
Right there. There is a new cell that is developed within the last. Put a loop on that. Yep, you see that? This thing has developed quickly and rapidly. Some new cells are forming here, and that is just west of the tornado warning. I do want to mention, okay, so they just dropped the tornado warning box right there, as you can see.
Yep.
That has just been allowed to expire. This one has weakened considerably. So I think that run for that cell, I think it's finally done. I think it's finally over. That thing has been going for hours now, and I think that one is finally over. However, right over here we have a new cell that has popped up out of nowhere, and that thing has just developed. There's also more cells up here that has also developed. So
yeah, so areas north of Grettinger, south of Esterville. Make sure to keep watch over what's going on here. Seems that there's a cell developed right over Wallingford right now, so there might be some hail in there, some heavy rain.
And so that just shows that, like, you know, these cells can still pop. We're still seeing cells pop up and developing quickly.
Yep, absolutely. This is quite a large thunderstorm right here. Not severely warned quite yet, which is good, but
Probably soon. Probably will be.
if it keeps developing at this pace,
yeah.
we would not be surprised to see this get a little warning attached to it. Look at rotation real quick just to see. You never know with these storms. As of right now, I don't see anything out of the ordinary with this one. Not seeing any rotation, which is really good. Yeah, overall situation, some thunderstorms in southern Minnesota and extreme northern Iowa at the moment, but the rain is very slowly inching its way towards Sioux Falls. So this afternoon into this evening, Sioux Falls might get another round of rain, as will other areas in this circle of northwestern Iowa, northeastern Nebraska, and southeastern South Dakota. Good for the drought, not necessarily good for anything else. The tornado warnings in the extreme southeast of Iowa have been allowed to expire, but new severe thunderstorm warnings have been popping up every so often. These storms have been getting quite strong. Near Mount Pleasant, Iowa, this hail, this inch hail that's concentrating around Salem and Hutton. This is the area that saw that large wedge tornado a few hours ago. Want to make sure that they're all safe there. Hoping for them. Doesn't seem to be any areas of rotation with these.
Yeah, I think the next area to watch that we're gonna have to keep a very close eye on is that Esterville cell that has popped up.
Yep.
It has popped up very quickly,
Yes.
and we're gonna have to keep a close eye on that. I'm gonna actually tell AJ. Have you guys seen the?
Yep, so this cell near Esterville looks to be growing.
We're about 10 minutes from the office. We'll be there shortly.
Our storm chasers are heading back to home base.
Yeah, so pretty soon we will be absolutely fully staffed here. So we're gonna stay on the air here with you guys until these guys come back here to the office, and then we'll all kind of regather and kind of discuss what we had this afternoon in terms of the weather. But let me go back to the. Let me go back here. Again, this is the area we're watching right now. This thing has developed very quickly. This thing is gonna just continue to develop quickly. It would not shock me at all here within the next few minutes if this goes severe warned, probably for hail. If you want to go back to southeastern Iowa and see if we got any more tornado warnings in our coverage area.
I did see that this had a tornado vortex signature on it. It does not appear to have it anymore, but
Okay. Yep. So that one's right there, just on the edge of the Iowa-Illinois border there. That thing still has a tornado warning on it. Just outside of our coverage area now. It looks like that has just entered
Entering Illinois.
So yeah, that is exited Iowa. Iowa's not done. We still got a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings here that we can talk about. Let me go back here. So here's a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings that are still in effect here in Iowa, still in our coverage area. This is more than likely for hail. That thing's also growing pretty quickly. This one is suspicious here. If you want to go, yeah, there you go. This one right here, there's an inflow notch, maybe a little bit of a hook feature. There's definitely something there. We'll have to keep an eye on that as well. That one, although, yeah, you look at the velocity, there's not a whole lot there. So probably nothing tornadic at this point on that one, but it is showing at least on the reflectivity, showing a little bit of possibly an inflow notch there. But in any event, that tornado warning, at this point, there is no more tornado warnings for the state of Iowa. As of right now, there are no tornado warnings in Iowa. They've also cut the tornado watch for this portion of Iowa, as well as the northwestern corner of Iowa as well. But yeah, they've cut significantly a good portion of this tornado watch. So South Dakota's in the clear, Nebraska's in the clear, and then southwestern Iowa as well as parts of northwestern Iowa are also in the clear, and no longer in that tornado watch. Tornado watch continues until, and actually I do want to mention this, they just off the dot here 10 seconds ago, they have issued a tornado watch for Illinois and Wisconsin until 10 p.m. Central Time, so that'll be showing up shortly on the radar. But yeah, that is well out of our coverage area at this point. Still impacting the Midwest, but that is no longer in our coverage area. So.
Yep, I know quite a few of you have family out there in Dodgeville, Prairie du Sac, Janesville, Belvoir, Rockford, Peru, Lake Holiday, DeKalb. There's 1.5 million people that live out there. So if you have any family living out there, make sure to give them a ring.
Yeah, we just wanted to briefly mention that
because I know we just because we have our coverage area, but we do have a lot of viewers that are also outside of the area that we cover. But I do want to mention too, go back to just southwest of Sioux Falls. We actually do have more development. AJ, we. Esterville is still pretty. It's turned into a strong thunderstorm there. Probably heavy downpours with maybe some small hail. And you got light.
Yeah, I see that.
Do we got lightning tracker on this?
We're about 5-10 minutes from the office.
Okay. I'm trying to think. That's weird. So the lightning is only showing up over here. That is interesting, but maybe there's not any lightning on that.
Yeah, this storm is probably a lot like the ones that Sioux Falls saw earlier today. Sudden bursts of very heavy rain, maybe some hail, maybe some strong winds, maybe some lightning. Very typical of today. You saw Riley talking about these little pockets of rain that have started to develop near Parker and Hurley, going towards Chancellor and Lennox. We'll keep an eye on those for you, but as of right now, they're just rain.
I'll show you guys what he's talking about right here. There's some new cells that have developed just southwest of Sioux Falls there. These are going to continue to push a little bit east towards Sioux Falls. So Sioux Falls might actually not be out of the woods just yet. Looks like we got some new, and actually that latest sweep there, right there, this cell might be starting to grow a little bit there. We're going to keep an eye, a very close eye on things here in the studio, but yeah, right there near Hurley. Yeah, the one.
Yep, so we will continue to stay on the air for you guys for as long as we can.
Yeah, I'm watching as well. Like I said, we're about 5 minutes from the shop, or from the station.
So as we've been saying, the very severe weather is starting to move out of our coverage area.
I just can't talk today.
So at this moment, Northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin. You guys are going to see some strong thunderstorms with tornadic capabilities, but as of this moment, I am not seeing anything indicative of anything happening in our coverage area.
Yeah, back towards the west, probably in the clear, but again, we're going to continue to monitor that. But again, the main situation right here, eastern Iowa, now starting to enter Wisconsin and Illinois there. But that is the main event as of 6 o'clock p.m. here. That's the main area now, is into southeastern corner of Iowa and then into Wisconsin and Illinois there.
Yep. So strong winds, hail, lightning, the main risks for storms that develop after this moment near Sioux Falls and in Iowa. Tornadic risk has been very slowly decreasing. This cell in Esterville has been showing signs of starting to weaken slightly, which is good. Cell in Esterville doesn't quite have the oomph that it did before. Southern Minnesota, Sioux Falls, you might see some strong rain showers, strong thunderstorms, but nothing out of the ordinary for this time of year. These cells west of Sioux Falls are starting to pick up some steam. Looks to be just heavy rain for now, but we'll keep you guys updated on that, see what happens.
Yeah, it looks like we have quite a bit of rain back towards Mitchell. I do want to briefly mention that right there. We got some heavier downpours kind of from Mitchell down to Corsica, Parkston areas. We got some we got some moderate to heavy rain there across those areas. Did want to mention that. And then also down by Vermilion, Lamar, Sioux Center, Canton areas, we got some rain, and then also into Nebraska. Also, there near Esterville, we now have some lightning there, as you can see. There is some lightning on that thing now, so that thing is definitely. Actually, why don't we go ahead and show one of our tools here, one of our newest tools. I'm just very curious. I'm gonna do a couple of cool things here while we have everyone here. No, it's all right. Let's do this here. Let me run through these. Let's see here. Bring up right here. And what we're going to do this, and then we're going to go back into it here. Whoops, here, hold on. Yep, we're going to pan over, hold on here. I'm just curious what we're going to see here. I just want to see what we got for this. Hold on here. You're zooming in, yeah. I'll try to figure out how to get the 3D depiction there. I don't know why it's not loading.
Did it just a minute ago.
Just trying to figure out how to get the 3D on here.
A little bit of a cross section of what the storm looks like and how high it is in the atmosphere right now. Trying to get a 3D scan of this storm near Esterville for you.
Yeah.
There we go.
And there it
okay.
is. Yep, there we go.
So you can see right here kind of a 3D scan of what this storm looks like. Where the heavy rain is concentrated the most, the heaviest stuff is right over Esterville right now.
And this is brand new software that we just got for this season, for this storm season. So we are very excited about that.
Yep. And if we want to go out a little further, we can see the kind of how big this thing is. How,
it's grown quickly. It's
yeah.
grown into a cumulonimbus. Yeah, the thing
you can
is
see
grown
the
really quickly.
characteristic top that kind of overshoots the flat anvil shape.
And I do want to go back over to the Hurley. Let's go over Hurley. Let's do that for the Hurley area here. Here, hold on. Nope. The other one.
This way.
Nope, hold on. Here. I got it. Right there. Let's go out here. Oops. 1 second. If we pull up the Hurley one here. we go. That's the one that's kind of over by.
Hurley.
Yeah,
Looks to be just kind of a popcorn ball right now, but it's trying to build itself into something. Not very high in the atmosphere right now. The one by Esterville was about 30,000 feet into the air, but this one seems to be only 10,000.
But it is growing very quickly, so we got to keep an eye on it.
Yep, we'll keep an eye on it as it continues to develop.
But yeah, that's one of our new tools for us here in the studio that we just wanted to show you guys
Yep,
while we had everybody on here.
always willing to show something cool on the stream for you guys.
They have, let's see here.
Oh, this tornado watch in Iowa has
Well,
been
I was gonna say a lot
very
of it has been
reduced.
expired. Yeah.
So this area in northern Iowa, the Weather Service.
And there's our weather. There's Chaser 1 right there
Yep.
pulling into the studio.
Our
here
chasers have come back from their trek across northwestern Iowa.
Yep.
But as of right now, the tornadic activity seems to be dying down. Still some possibility. So please be weather aware still. New tornado warning. Looks like near Davenport, right over
Right
that,
over, yeah, it's Davenport. So this is for Davenport, Iowa. Here.
right over that weather radar. Let's see if we can take a 3D scan of that storm for you and see
Yeah.
what it looks like.
Yeah.
How do you do that again?
Here, hold on. Let's see, you're on the wrong one here.
Oh, wrong one. Okay.
There we go. Hold on.
Gotta go back, yeah.
Let's go back over here to.
Gotta switch to
There we go.
KMDX. Yep. Just a minute for the radar to load here.
Yeah. There it is.
Okay. And
And you can do this.
take a big old picture of that thing.
There it is.
All right, so turn just in this for you. This big old storm, it's right over the radar. So you're not exactly going to get a clear picture because the angle that the radar is at right now can only show this. The waves that the radar emits only grabs the part of the storm that it can, but as you can see, this is quite a tall thunderstorm.
Here, I'm gonna do this too. Let's try this, see what we can do.
Get a cross section.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that one, yeah, I mean, it's pretty high up there. Maybe do another one here. Let's do, where is that actual area here? There we go. Okay. Let's do it right here. See what we can see in here. Right there. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on,
It's-
but it's kind of
Yeah, that area, it's right above the radar, so it's kind of getting it's getting cut off by the signal that the radar is getting at the moment right now, but
again. Let me let me go up here.
to the green
Right there.
screen.
This is in our coverage area at this point. Still, this is far eastern Iowa. It does include Davenport, Iowa. So if you're in Davenport, please be taking cover. If you're anywhere near Davenport, please be taking shelter. Other communities impacted by this: Eldridge, Walcott, Maysville, Bluegrass, Buffalo, Princeton, McCausland, LeClaire. Anywhere in those areas, we can do a storm track too here for everybody. Here. Bring everybody in. We got our chasers just coming back here from the field. So there's kind of a storm track for everybody. Davenport about 10 to 15 minutes. Rock Island at about the same time. Donahue at about 6:21. Eldridge about 6:26. Long Grove at about 6:32. Parkview 6:33. Port Byron about 6:50. Same with McCausland 6:53 for Princeton and 6:56 for Cordova. So that's the latest there. But again, this is far eastern Iowa. That it does include Davenport. So if you're in Davenport and surrounding areas, the metro area, please be taking cover. But again, just wanted to mention too, they cut a lot of the tornado watch for much of Iowa. It does still include parts of northwest Iowa. That includes Spencer, Storm Lake, Algona, kind of near Mason City, and then into eastern Iowa. Still includes Cedar Rapids and eastern Iowa there.
Yeah. So it's moving out of our coverage area here. We'll take a look at the surrounding radars here. It don't show very much around coverage area. Des Moines, a lot of rain around, but not very many thunderstorms. Sioux Falls radar shows much the same thing.
Yeah, we try to go back to those cells that have developed southwest of Sioux Falls.
Yep.
See if those have grown at all.
Trying to get the radar to catch up for a minute.
Yeah, here, let me see this. There we go.
Okay, awesome. Yep, so still kind of staying the same with the heavier rain, but not much different than what we've seen.
Yeah, so we're still watching these cells southwest of T, and they're kind of just moving east ever so slowly. But yeah, we're gonna keep a close eye on that in case something happens. But I think in this area, I think the main event is pretty much over with. Into Davenport, we gotta mention this again. This is affecting a pretty significant area, pretty populated area there. Again, that is just northeast of Bluegrass, just northwest of Davenport. But yeah, if you're in any of those areas, please be taking cover there.
Yep.
I believe, what county is that? I believe that is
Looks like Scott County.
Yeah.
Scott County, Iowa. Scott County, surrounding counties, Muscatine, Cedar, Clinton.
This goes out until I believe 6:30.
6:30.
6:45.
So kind of 39 minutes, 39,
Yeah.
40 minutes for you guys in Davenport.
Yeah, so there's quite a ways to go on this, and this is also moving northeast. Moving northeast at about 40. So it is moving somewhat quick compared to the other storms earlier that were moving probably 25. There was that line earlier, they were moving about 50 to 60 miles per hour, but so I guess in that case it has slowed down a little bit, but there is. So we got the storm relative here, giving us a different picture. Yeah, and that's the problem with this tornado warning too. That makes it more dangerous. Is it's in an area where the radar is kind of blocking this off. So yeah. Yeah. So.
Why are we using the green screen?
We've been using the green screen.
Well, that's fine, but there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now you Mike's
All right. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna reposition here, and we're going to kind of just give you guys a rundown of things quick before we jump off here, as things have calmed down quite considerably as what it was earlier. So we do have that tornado warning that continues over Davenport. It's gonna be hard to see anything because it's on the radar, pretty much right on that radar site. So it's gonna be really hard to see anything north of Davenport there. But again, tornado warning continues there. And eastern Iowa there, we have that line of severe thunderstorms making its way east into Illinois. Tornado watch continues for northwest Iowa here until 7 p.m. Still includes Sibley, Sanborn, Spencer, Storm Lake areas, and then Algona. That is still in effect for another hour or so. And for the Sioux Falls area, again, we're going to keep watching these cells that have developed kind of down by the Viborg, Hurley area, Parker areas. We're going to keep an eye on that. We got that moderate to heavy rain from Mitchell down to Wagner. But things have calmed down quite a bit. I believe the main event is pretty much all but finished here. So again, just keep watching for rain across eastern South Dakota into southwestern Minnesota there, and northwest Iowa and into Nebraska. And then also just keep a very close eye on things the rest of the evening, as there still could be cells that pop up. But believe that that's about it for us here. Again, if we need to jump back on, we definitely will. But I think that's about it for now. We'd like to thank everybody for tuning in this afternoon for the Chasers coverage as well as ours here in the studio. And thank you all for watching.